all of the channels out there. What is happening? We are now live in studio, Talk 107.3 FM here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Filling in for my man Jay Ducote. Excited to be here. Hope y'all are doing well today on this beautiful Friday, right? It's Friday?
It is Friday.
Finally Friday! I'm excited about that. Anyways, hope you're well. I'm going to talk to you a little bit, but mainly going to be on the mic. Do want to hear from you. If you want to say something, please feel free to start chatting away, and y'all join in on each other to rag me as much as you want, because that's going to be the most fun. Going to try to bring some value to the show today, so this will be cool. Hope you guys enjoy it, gals and guys and everybody in between. 4 of you, what's up? Say something. If you comment, I will see it, I believe. You like that, huh?
Yeah.
It's like, I think.
I will
hopefully see it if you comment.
That's the plan.
Let me see if I can get Restream's chat here. I believe there's a... Here we go, Restream chat, yeah. So anytime that you may comment, I am seeing it. At least when I sign in here. We got about 2 minutes till we go on, and we're going to be live on the air, and we're going to be live on all of their sites, which will be cool. All right, let me log into this chat here. Hey, Laney, what's up? It's kind of different than sitting in the back of the house here. I'm going to cover my face on this so I just don't see myself. That's always best. Y'all say hey. I would like to know. Oh, okay, I can see here. There's 8 of you.
I'm also that type of person, though. Whenever I record a podcast, and whenever I record the podcast, I literally minimize the screen that I can see my face on. It's like I cannot just look at myself while I'm talking.
That's right. Glenn, this is me filling in for my friend Jay Ducote, who hosts a 2-hour show on Talk 107.3. That's Guaranty Broadcasting's talk radio show here in Baton Rouge. Excited about it. My man Chris Penetagee coming in with an ice chest.
Sorry.
Yes! I still don't have any audio, should I yet?
No.
Okay.
No, not yet.
Okay,
not
good.
Yet.
Not live?
No.
We're live on
Live
mine,
about
on my
15
stuff so
seconds.
far.
Okay. I was trying to explain how to check the
Woo!
oil in my daughter's Jeep.
There's like no super hot, and that's it.
Alright, wait.
You're good. I just turned on. What's up, Janice?
Be able to hear you now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very loud. Apologies, I can't
No, you're
turn it
good.
down too much. Everything else that will be in your ear is quieter than this, though.
Okay. Y'all talk about whatever you want.
Wait.
You tell me when.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll give you answer those every person. Nice to meet you, Grant.
Grant, you
Yeah.
want a drink?
Yeah, maybe.
Talk about how gray my hair is.
This one's about a minute total, and then we'll be good. So like 3 more seconds. And I'll give you all a thumbs up. Also, I'll take it out of y'all's ears so it won't be loud whenever we go.
Yes. I'll turn it up. Welcome out on this Friday afternoon. It's a beautiful Friday in Baton Rouge. You've probably never heard me host this show because you hear another great voice. Jay Ducote Show, welcome out, y'all. My name is David St. Romain, and I'm excited to host this show for the first time ever as your main host, and my first time ever to actually be a host by myself on a show. So this is a huge bucket list for me, and I'm really, really honored to do it. I've got friends listening all over. Put it out there today. It's pretty exciting. just to be able to do this and kind of spread my wings. But we got a great show. I was, I started to think about who were the guests I wanted to bring on and what were the things I wanted to talk about. Since normally people on this show, I think, are drinking and partying over here at Guarantee in the afternoon, which I kind of, sadly, I'm not partaking right now, but I'm glad that I've got my friend here taking over all the reins on the drinking. I got my buddy from Pelican Brands already in the house, my boy Chris Pennigy. Say what's up, Chris.
I'm gonna drink enough for the both of us.
That's right. That's right. But y'all, we have a really cool show. If you don't know me, I have been an entertainer, a singer-songwriter from Louisiana, and have been traveling my whole life and performing for people all over the country and made a bunch of records and just, I kind of spread my wings a little bit into a different world of nonprofit and serving the community. And we'll talk about that stuff later on the show as we go. We've got, we've got segments. I want to just tell you about who we have coming on today. Right off the bat, we've got our friend, like I said, from Pelican Brands in the house, and we're going to be talking a little bit about some of that, some of the craft beer and the small businesses here locally, and I mean, I just want to hit up on some actual, value in the conversation. I don't want to just come in here and be like, "What's up?"
Yeah, no, we can do that.
And then I do want to talk about what is close and dear to my heart, which is, nonprofit and serving a little bit, and we can, discuss how maybe we can even stretch the limits of fun on those conversations. And then we're going to be talking with another friend of mine who is in the technology world and the IT world, and he is another just outstanding individual here in Baton Rouge and in this community. But yeah, I mean, just kicking it right off. I think what I love about Baton Rouge and about this station right here is that this station 107.3 is a locally owned and operated station, which means you hear local people on the station. You get a chance to hear your local business owners. You get a chance to hear, local people who are out in the community trying to make a difference. You've got a great producer on the board, Grant. I do want to say thank you to Grant right off the bat to helping me get started.
Absolutely, no problem, dude.
Yeah. I told Grant when we got in here, I don't think I have a clean version of being able to say what I said, but he's definitely breaking the ice for me on this day. But, I don't know how you're feeling today, but I hope you're feeling well. If you're not feeling well, I hope we can help to bring you up today a little bit, just in your spirits. We're going to talk a little bit about listening to some of the clear signs in life. And I think I have experienced personally what that feels like to be headed in one direction and thinking that my world was going to go one way and then finding out it was going to go another. You know what I'm talking about, Chris?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like a slap in the face sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you did that in your life too.
Oh yeah. You
aren't you like a lawyer or something?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm an expert at all legal values. You get what you pay for with me.
Which means you're like $1 an hour, right?
Yeah.
I love it.
I think that might be overpricing me. So.
Right. No, well, you're real smart with money though, man. That's the truth. And that's why you guys over at Pelican are doing such a great job. Y'all are growing fast, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's been a little bit of a wild ride for the last 3 years for sure. So I know probably it's right around the time that we had first met and really started hanging out was about the time that we kind of got this whole thing off the ground. And I mean, we met in a little bit more of an unconventional way,
right?
And hit it off pretty quick. Similar stories, like not necessarily similar backgrounds, a lot of the same people we knew, and yeah, when you're talking about like just kind of you going down a path in life and you don't really know which way to go, and you keep asking for direction.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just not paying attention, and then sometimes it's just like it just hits you like you turn and you run into a wall, like you can't go any further.
Well, if you're driving out there, we want to make sure you're paying attention for
that's
sure.
Right, that's right.
But that's exactly what I'm talking about. I think not being able to see the signs is because we're not paying attention, and that's what I'm going to talk a little bit about that later on the show.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's. I think when we met, we were both. I was in the process of making some transitions out of just music and starting to serve more in the community. you were in one business, and y'all even y'all were entrepreneurs by nature. I mean, you can't help yourself. You got to start something. You got to get it going and create it from scratch. And that's what that takes a lot of guts. It takes a lot of courage. And I think that's what's cool about your business, about the small business mindset and the business mindset around, having to carry the weight by yourself, or having to carry weight with a partner, or someone who's helping you go. You try to learn how to fill those gaps with no money and no help.
Yep, it is definitely a challenge, and you learn to make do pretty quick with little to no resources.
That's it.
Yeah.
So if you're out there and you're driving along, or you're listening, or on the internet or whatever, and you need something to lift you up already, just there's a sign already happening. So I just got told I sound like I have a mouth guard in. I hope not.
Anna just texted me too.
Yeah, my wife is texting both of us saying, "Take your mouth guard out." I don't have a mouth guard in, but hey, it's fun.
The microphone is in his mouth.
That's right. Well, thank you so much for listening in this afternoon, y'all. My name is David St. Romain, and I am live with you on the Jay Ducote Show on 107.3.
Perfect.
I don't know what she's talking about. You sounded great.
Do I sound okay?
Yeah, it sounds totally fine. I don't know, because it sounds great for me. I'm listening to the radio feed too.
Okay.
It's like you're like, oh.
No, yeah, it sounds. I can turn y'all down a little bit, but it's just tough to know because lately we've been having some trouble with these mics. Not their volume, but like
It's kind of like a
pick it
compression thing. I hear.
Yeah.
It's like a gate keeps kicking in.
Yeah, and so we've been doing with a lot of trouble lately with the gate and the gain being very weird, and like there being a very odd threshold, especially comparatively between the two mics.
Yeah.
Like that one actually that one has the worst, like where if you even look away a little bit and you're not talking loud, it's
monodirectional.
that one's a little bit more lenient, and then that one's actually the best, but it's the quietest for some reason.
Okay.
We're just having a lot of trouble with the mics in here, and we haven't gotten it worked out yet.
It's all good, brother.
But it sounds,
Yeah, Fab, that's awesome.
Sound fine whenever y'all are getting it.
Did you arrange this?
Sound good for me.
Or had the shorter chair?
Oh yeah, yeah, because I want to look at you eye to eye. Otherwise, I'd be looking at you like this. I almost stood up. I was going to stand, but
with the angle, it actually looks like it. It almost looks normal because the person right here, naturally, just with where we have it, looks taller anyway.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look that crazy, but you can tell it's like you're in a shorter chair for sure.
So what you think about this beer, man?
It's amazing.
It tastes like the goo in apple pie, doesn't it?
It's so good.
Yeah.
So wait, hang on. We're going to talk about that.
It's an apple. It's called.
I know you can't have it, but can you have like a sip?
No,
Like
because
a
it's
taste?
beer. It's made of wheat, right?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I didn't bring
the
any
allergy.
gluten-free out.
That's okay.
Dang it! I got some
coulda had a
gluten-free
beer. I would've
sours
drank a
now.
beer.
I got some different beers that are gluten-free now that actually are good.
The
But when you're
Hope it sounds good for y'all.
And yeah, we just to remind y'all, because I'm trying to remember all like the structure things that go on. So at the 8-minute mark, which is what we just did, we only have one more in the second hour. At the 8-minute mark, after an hour starts, there is the only hard break aside from the end of the hours. And I'll just be in y'all's ear and say like, or I guess next time it'll just be David. I'll just be in your ear and I'll be like, 1 minute, 10 seconds, 30 seconds sometimes. It looks like y'all are still in the middle of a conversation. Yeah. And just in your ear, and I'll do the same at the end of the hour breaks.
So at the non-hard out, what do you do there? You can
just we get out around 27 and then 41 basically. So just go as long as feels comfortable and just don't go like more than like a couple minutes over just to keep yourself on track.
Okay, cool.
But there's no specific time.
Gotcha. That's the difference.
For most segments, yeah.
She said maybe your mic is hot. I know you're hot.
Uh-oh.
Ah, she said, OMG, you called me out. That's funny. Hey, honey. Yeah, you like that shirt, huh? That's a Haspel's Fine Men's Clothing shirt right there, buddy. That's a Will Swilly special.
Is that what you got yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's nice.
Yeah,
I was kind of wondering
that's
what you
loud.
in the bag.
She said it's...
I'm sure Will's probably going to start texting.
Not yet, huh? Yeah, so I don't have a ton written down. I just have.
You have a lot of notes.
Well, as far as because I've never done it before, so
I just roll in and wing it, dude.
Well, no, we wing it when I'm in your shoes. I wing it all. That's what I always do. Actually, I wing it even worse than that.
Usually,
I like to go do a never mind. I can't say that all.
Yeah.
I forgot we're on YouTube still.
If you're on YouTube, nobody watches that. Usually,
we don't want to be recording what I'm about to say.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, usually what happens is I'll be in here and I'm doing 2-1 against Jay and Chuck.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the segment, I'm like, I'll just say whatever.
Yeah.
Which is bad sometimes.
When it's all those, dude, they're all the girls are saying I sound terrible. All the girls from your wife's group, or our wives' group, are saying,
Wow.
Are they going to behave?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. We're not behaving.
Yeah.
Next time, I turned y'all down a bit too.
Okay, cool.
Just to be safe. But next time we're in a segment, we also have like a radio set up that I can literally go hear the exact feed that would be on a radio, and it's not through these headphones, so it doesn't sound like super. So I'll get an actual idea of what it sounds like, and I can make sure y'all don't actually sound like y'all are being warped all over the universe when you're talking on.
So where's Jay and Chuck today?
Jay's in Richmond.
Jay is out of town,
Uh-huh.
and Chuck had to take it. Was in charge of his kids.
His daughter.
Oh, okay.
So he is. It came
What's
up
up,
late,
Matthew?
And so he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna need."
Hope you're
need
still
some
watching,
people
folks.
To come in and host. And I've been producing every day this week anyway.
Sweet.
Because
So we're live here on 107.3, and I got my
haven't
boy
picked anybody. Obviously, we're the
Chris
second day
Pennigy
in.
with me.
I think we should pick the artist
Excited about that.
Oh.
and just
See,
write it up there.
Have y'all picked an artist? So what are we doing with that? Tell me about that.
So this is like the intro music for the month. They kind of pick it. Who do we have?
Well, we should do Tim McGraw.
So
Don't take the girl, or we should
There you
do
go.
we could do Beastie Boys.
I like that too.
Mom,
But yeah, I've got.
I could go
a posse's
anything.
on
all of the ones who
Broadway.
have been up there
Ooh, we could do the new
previously.
Metallica.
Can we do the new Metallica?
Metallica.
It's the that's a killer tune, bro.
Yeah.
Yes,
Ian Starr was playing
yes.
tonight.
This gets me freaking pumped up.
Wait, did
People
they
on YouTube
drop
like, what's
something
happening?
recently?
Yeah, the brand new single. It just came
Watch
out.
it turn it?
Yeah,
Okay.
and dude, it comes out like flying, like Ride the
Oh, wait,
Lightning.
That's not.
We'll
what
do
I
it
meant
on the
to
next
play.
one, I guess.
That is not it. Okay, there we go.
Ah,
There we go.
are we live?
Well, no. I'll play the music, then we'll have like a little rejoin clip,
10-4.
and then I'll turn y'all on, and y'all. It'll
I got
be
nervous. I thought he just put us on. I'm talking to my few people here.
There it is.
Yes. What?
It's like shaming.
Dude, that self-shaming is just horrible, Jay. I can't believe you did that to yourself. I love the music. That got me fired up, man. That was awesome.
That was great.
If you haven't heard Metallica's new single, you have got to listen to it. And I talked to Scott Robb the other day, and I was like, he said he may or may not have. I won't, what do you say, deny or
Can't confirm or
confirm or deny this,
Yeah.
but he may or may not have told me about some concert tickets or I need to go look at. But anyways, here with my man on the Jay Ducote Show on 107.3 FM. Y'all, my name is David St. Romain. It is an awesome Friday because this is my first time, y'all. It is a bucket list moment for me. I have done a lot of things in my life, but I have never hosted a radio show by myself.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I'm a little by myself. I've got Grant here to actually make sure I don't fall off the train tracks.
Somebody's got to keep you on the rails.
I've got the what do they call them? I can't think of anything right now. The training
The training
wheels.
wheels.
Yeah, there you go. I've got training
I thought
wheels.
that might have been where you were going.
Yeah.
But I wasn't totally.
Well, that's the clean way to put it. We'll just call it. Everything's going to be the clean version today because we're on the radio.
You do have the little red button there where you can.
Yeah,
push,
the
right?
dump button. We were
we
talking about
talked
that dump
a
button.
little earlier, just
Yeah.
in case.
I promise not to curse much.
Much.
Okay, much. I'll keep my hand out.
Yeah. Beep. But no, we were talking about the Wall of Fame. We were talking about the beer during the break. Tell us about this beer you brought.
So this is a new brewery that we've picked up recently. I've been talking to them actually since the conception of Pelican. about 2.5 years ago. Fairhope Brewing out of Fairhope, Alabama.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they just super solid beers. I mean, just easy drinkers. We've really been looking for some items to be able to compete with Abita and some of these other larger breweries in the market
In our local area.
Yeah, offering some somewhat local regional craft options
for sure.
And Fairhope, I've been drinking their beer for a long time, and they finally just showed up at our door and basically just came on in and said, hey.
Well, timing was good.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
we went to Fairhope, had a bunch of beer, and this specific beer that I'm drinking, I was there with John, who's their sales director over there, and he's like, this beer tastes like, I wanted a beer that tasted like the goo in apple pie. Not apple pie,
Woo!
but the goo, like not the apple bits, but the goo.
It just makes me think nasty
And this
things.
beer-
I like
so
to
when
hear
I
that
tasted
word.
it, yeah, right. and
Goo.
Like right when I tasted it, I'm like,
How about
"Man,
the
this is-
warm?"
You hit the nail on the
That
head.
does taste
That doesn't
like
sound-
goo and apple.
Oh,
There's
yo.
no other way to say it.
Okay, well,
delicious.
I'm jealous because I can't drink it. I have a gluten allergy.
Oh,
if you didn't
man.
know that about
Yeah,
me, folks,
well-
but you don't know that about me. Why the hell would you? But
If it was
can
me,
I say
I'd
hell
just
on the air?
suffer through it. Yeah. I mean, I guess you could. I just suffer through it. I mean, you blew up like a balloon or whatever. I don't know what happens. I mean, you just
Well,
get
we're not
knocked
going to go
out.
there because the bathroom's not close enough. But
All right. So.
but I'll just say
there you
I
go, folks.
I didn't. I quit. I had to stop eating before my shows because I realized that I would get sick before the show. I didn't know what I was eating, but I had to quit drinking beer when I found out after my first lower GI, we like to call it, at the age of 32. I had to do that, so I was one of the younger folks. But I was grateful, man. Super, super grateful for that because it probably saved my life. I mean, truly. So
Yeah.
either way, now I just get to seek out all the cool alternatives. Like they have other alternatives that are
I mean, you have a
gluten-free.
lot of different options to you available to you. You got ciders,
Exactly.
you got seltzers, you got like waters, different types of waters, of seltzer waters.
I'm just on a personal cleanse right now, so I'm not
Yeah.
drinking. But
Hey, we all
but
do
that's
it,
all
man.
right. You take it over, and
We
one
all
of our
do it.
guests texted me. He said, "Make sure y'all save me a beer." So
Yeah.
so he'll be here in the next hour.
Oh man, I got an ice chest.
Yeah,
full.
so you're not going to run out, Ben. I promise.
Yeah.
But I'm not even looking at the time. Are we even? Yeah, we're good, huh? We're not ready to off.
Just wait till he starts
Yeah.
yelling at us.
That's what.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
awesome.
make it clear. Don't worry.
Right. Well. So, tell me more about. How you guys decided. Y'all originally started off as a brewery yourself, right?
Well, so I got into the beer business with a guy named Joe Piku and Wes
Okay.
Hedges, and so they owned a brewery here called Southern Craft, and they were a few doors down from me. It's like we were talking about earlier, like sometimes you just don't know what the path is, and then you keep getting little things that steer you along the way.
Right.
Well, I hear there's a brewery coming in the complex down the way from us when I was roasting coffee with Stevie Guillory,
Yeah.
Cafecito. And I just wanted to go down there. A big avid home brewer. Wanted to go meet these guys, like see what they were all about, see if they were as crazy as I was. Turns out they were.
It's a match made in heaven.
Yeah. So I invested in that brewery with a couple buddies, and it was a very eye-opening experience into that world, and so it allowed me to kind of dive in head first. I got to see a lot of aspects that I wasn't in the trenches like brewing beer, but I was in there like helping them with a lot of the decisions from marketing to financial decisions, and I got to learn a lot of aspects about the business that helped guide me to where eventually where I'd be today.
Yeah.
And I'm eternally grateful to those guys for allowing me the
Right.
opportunity to be able to do that. And that's initially how I got started in it, and ultimately, like, I started to see these trends from, there were so many breweries that I got to meet through connections through that business.
Yeah.
That
Because y'all never drank together, right? None of you guys.
No, we never
There's a
drank
lot of
together.
sober nights.
Yeah, and that's usually how a lot of these things start.
Yeah. Because we didn't finish last night until what time? Midnight.
Yeah. I think I got home about 12:30.
We're admitting
when
that
I
now
got
on the
into
air
bed,
to our
yeah.
wives.
Well, my wife, she was already asleep, so.
Yeah, mine too. Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's fine. I know Creighton and Bo were in the doghouse already. They were just like, whatever.
Their wives are
Let's
listening
go.
right
Yeah,
now.
Probably.
So
Hopefully
this
they're
is
in that group that keeps.
Yes.
We call them out there.
Oh, that's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
but yeah, you guys. sometimes what you're pointing to is that you may start with one mission or one goal, and you got to stay fluid because either market or you're learning things and it's just not necessarily the right thing. So some sign or something came along to you and said, "Hey, bam."
Yeah. It was what I do now is the culmination of all of these different things that I've done over the years.
Yeah.
And it was like one of those things where when it happened, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, this all makes sense now. Like, and getting to see, like, as you learn more about all these different types of businesses, you start to see the different opportunities that are available to you.
Right.
And one of the opportunities was just access to market in Louisiana. Mm-hmm. Louisiana is a fairly prohibitive state, considering that we probably drink more alcohol than most everybody else, with the exception of maybe Wisconsin.
I mean, I think when we go to stadiums out of Louisiana, we literally sell out their stadium
in alcohol. Our culture is food and beer and alcohol. I mean, it really is. Yeah. Like we like to eat good, we like to drink good, and we like to live good.
And music.
And music, yeah. Well, that's something that's definitely underappreciated here,
absolutely,
for sure. Especially in Baton Rouge. Like New Orleans gets all the credit.
And Lafayette, they get that Cajun music, but I think that could change in the near future. We people like us who care.
Yeah, what we need is somebody to come in here and really shake things up. There's so many things
disruptive
that are available to the rest of to areas around us that we just don't have.
Yeah.
That I think could make a huge impact here. We just need somebody to step out there and take some risk.
Yeah.
And
we talked a little bit about that last night.
Man, that's a hard thing to do.
It is, but I think at the same time, we don't lack resources. I think when people think when they wonder what the gaps are, what are the things that if you're out there wondering, why is Baton Rouge? Why are we known for? What are we known for? I know the one thing that Baton Rouge is known for, and it's LSU, and so we're very proud of LSU, and of course I'm proud of it. I mean, obviously I've written enough songs and what I like to call exploited LSU athletics as much as I can, but I really appreciate all the support from the LSU fans that they showed to me with the music, and also I feel like this is my one thing to show support for LSU.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's been a really cool relationship, and I still do a lot with LSU because of that, but I would like to see a development more of an identity for Baton Rouge with our culture to relate also to our culture here in Louisiana, which is what you said, food, alcohol and music, but it's specifically for me and for my selfish reasons, I like to see music get more of a platform here in Baton Rouge and support as much as possible from both public and private partners, not just from the private industry. I know that we have a few public entities like our Visit Baton Rouge folks and our Louisiana Tourism. They put dollars into music here in Louisiana, and with a bunch of opportunities for tax incentives and different things like that. But I think that a lot of people don't know. I mean, if you don't know anything about what we actually offer, if you're a musician out there, you may not know that you can get a very substantial tax deduction off of monies that you spend in Louisiana on producing records.
Really?
That's what happens with our film industry. And so I had a great opportunity to spend with my Leadership Louisiana class. Whoop, whoop, go and throw out to my Leadership Louisiana folks out there. And we spent a weekend, we did a presentation with Chris Stelly from the Louisiana Entertainment Commission, and was very I learned so much that I just didn't know, and I think it's on us as entertainers and musicians to put it on to give people that information, to bring that information to the table, because otherwise we're not going to know. So I want to do that. I want to do that more. I want to be more of a voice for other artists as much as possible as my career continues to develop into different things. And here I am on radio. I mean, what the hell? I never thought that would happen. So
well, you're not singing, you're just talking.
Go Tigers, beat Bama! And we did. I love it.
Yeah. I had concocted this whole idea last night that he was going to just do jingles for everything.
Everything.
Like the whole show would just be jingles.
Calandros! No, I'm just kidding.
Just the whole show. Every segment.
Every segment I'm going to sing.
A different song for a live read.
That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, I was like, no, I'm not bringing my guitar, but I didn't even think about any of them. So Calandro, Calandros. There you go. That's how it works.
Yes.
Just think of it on the spot. Boy,
Their
I'm
stock
a
just went up
doofus
right
right now, that's for sure. Sorry, Flint.
Blaze,
Flynn,
just get across the
excuse
road.
me. Y'all, I am excited to be here. So excited. Once again, this is my first time to do this, so what an honor it is. And thank you again to all the folks at Guaranty Broadcasting. My name is David St. Romain. If you're interested in knowing more about me, you can find me on tipdsr.com. And also, if you want to stay in touch with me, text me right now, 225-396-4166. That's 225-396-4166. Join my community texting platform. Be in touch with me, because what I do is I send out messaging that's positive. I try to take my life and share it with you as much as I can. You know, I don't just go through great times. It's hard also for me. I'm just like everybody else, and I try to share that real life with people. So if you get a chance and you're interested in hearing more about what I'm doing and how I'm trying to make a difference here in our community, text me right now, 225-396-4166, 225-396-4166. David St. Romain on the Jay Ducote Show on 107.3 FM.
Oh, that was nice. I was like,
Great.
perfect. Yeah.
Seamless.
You're a natural.
One thing I will say, you're a natural with the exits. You would not believe how much trouble most of the guest hosts have with the exits. That's the toughest thing, is just right when you get to the end, you're like, oh, I'm done, and then you're like, wait, no, I have to say something specific.
I got somebody downstairs.
Oh,
You want me to
yeah,
go?
I'll go get 'em.
Okay, I'm going to take a leak while you do that. I'm going to the restroom. Hang tight, 15 folks. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. I love you. Thank you for watching.
15 minutes?
No, 15 folks.
Oh.
I got 15 folks on my platform stuff, on my social media.
Are you doing like a video?
Oh yeah, I'm live.
Oh. Should I talk to them?
And David's in the bathroom right
I was
now,
about to
but
say. Hold on, back in David. Say, what's
Yeah.
up, man?
How you doing?
How you doing? I'm Ryan Haney.
Yeah, Chris Pinicky.
Good to meet you, man.
Hey, you too, man.
I'm Ben, the one that texted David to save me a beer.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Dude, have at it, man. I got a bunch of stuff right here.
I think I
You
brought
want
some,
anything to drink?
y'all probably can't eat these while you're on air, but I brought some brownies.
Oh.
Wanna grab one real quick? You're welcome
All right, man. I'd left City Port.
to. What's up, dude?
Drank a bunch of old
Man,
fashions.
killing it.
I got a couple CBD waters.
What up? What up?
I brought
Oh
some
my
different
God.
things that we
These
had.
are from
that
City
we
Port.
made,
Yeah.
but
Oh, wow.
Nothing
Those are City
super
Port
fancy.
okay,
Sounding
yeah,
good?
I will have one of those.
Sounds good?
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
I'm excited, bro. This is
Yeah,
fun.
those are from City Port.
Huh?
Jessica left those in my office. I
Oh, really?
cater all kinds of stuff in my
I
office.
love
That
Jessica.
was left
There's
over.
like
Yeah.
10 of them.
So I was at the one on.
Oh, the party has started, folks. The
Had
party
a bunch
has
of buddies.
started.
We were sitting around drinking old fashions, eating a
Nice.
little lunch.
Nice.
It was a beautiful day for it, for
Yeah.
sure. Oh,
Man,
Creighton
oh,
hit me
man.
up. Oh,
Is
yeah.
he getting divorced now because of what
No,
he
he's
said?
He's asking me about something else.
I'm not teasing, I'm teasing.
If you were to bring him over here,
What up, Andy? Thank you so much, brother. Andy Bush. Saying, appreciate it,
normally
man.
By this point, the studio is pretty cleared out, especially on a Friday.
I've done Go Rouge.
Shine
yeah,
this
yeah, you
little
know
light
well.
of mine.
You know well what the studio.
I'm
is.
gonna let it shine.
When y'all had Christmas party last night, I was listening this morning.
What segment are we in?
And,
4:30.
I'm like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah.
The
Y'all were
dudes.
saying that y'all had Christmas party last night.
Yep.
Everybody was off today.
That's why they
Yeah,
scratch
Christmas
stuff out.
party,
I always wondered
last
about that.
night.
It's because you
And
look at your
also
paper and you're like, oh yeah, what the hell am I doing?
The majority of the.
So I guess
main
Will's in the stream.
shows
Will.
and-
Yeah, Will Rose.
Yeah,
He's
shows
like,
for
feel
us
free to
that
talk
are
to
in
us.
as well.
I'm like, oh.
So not many people in today.
Here, I'll give
So
y'all some
even
vision.
For Friday, very, very open.
You got the
open,
the
or
camera
very,
on?
I mean, very empty.
Oh, okay.
day.
There you go. Look at that.
For everybody.
So fancy. Oh, and then Creighton starts
I'll
calling.
ask you count down there. We got 4 minutes.
Yeah, we got a bit. This is the longest break of the show.
Okay,
this
cool.
one's like 6 to 8 minutes. It depends on.
That's good. Gives me a
Y'all
chance
want
to
some
breathe.
brownies? I got these
Yeah.
brownies over here.
I can't
will
eat
try
them,
one of the brownies.
unfortunately.
I mean, I'll slow eat one. in
It's
front
not my
David.
kind of brownie either.
Yeah,
I wish I had.
Man, you lost some weight. You look like it.
I put on a little weight since I tore my meniscus since I've been
Yeah.
in
You had
bed
lost
through
a
Thanksgiving.
good bit though.
Yeah, Overall, I've lost a good bit. I guess I don't see you in person that much. I say that today, but I was wearing a jacket or something.
Okay.
Y'all want one?
I might try one of these beers. I just
Yeah,
had a
have
brownie.
at it.
I was waiting, listening to y'all's last segment of the parking lot.
He's also got
well, no,
some, those are
left straight
CBD
away and then in
waters.
that back hall.
Is this
Might
CBD
make-
water?
Yeah.
Is there any beer in it?
No.
No.
Tell me I wanted these first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
have
I really was just gonna try a sip of beer. I want to try one of these.
Yeah.
that'll help keep
I
you
brought
on.
a bunch of
that'll
like
keep
just
us
kind of
on
new
a-
stuff that we
I'm
got
trying to
in,
stay on
but
that.
it's
You're a
pretty-
distributor,
pretty
right?
tough. Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah,
doing
I've heard
okay? I
about you
hope.
a bit.
Thank y'all for watching. I
remember doing some
appreciate it.
lasers.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Actually,
We are live in Baton
Actually, y'all
Rouge. If
just
you don't
hired,
know, 12
I
of
don't
y'all
do
watching,
much. I don't
man.
do
What an
much. I
awesome
know
day
Johnny
it's
LaGuardia,
been.
but that's about it.
My
Oh,
first
okay,
time
okay.
ever to host radio, doing it here in Baton Rouge. Thank you to Jay Ducote and Brian Haldane for asking me. Anybody doing anything fun this afternoon, this evening?
John?
John's my
Because I'm listening to some
okay.
horrible news. It's just terrible, man, what's been going
I know
on.
it's not a great thing.
Wow, in
But
my
I'm also
ear,
best
it's not
friends
good to
with
hear
them.
all that.
Yeah.
They're next door neighbor.
Like,
Came
I'm
in
hearing the
with
word
my
murder,
best buddies.
rape,
Came in my house
and
last
that's
night with
pretty
the
much
kids
all
till
I'm
10
hearing.
o'clock.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
generally not
So y'all
super
are
positive.
Y'all
this
came out
news
pretty much
station.
against,
Yeah.
Not me, but yeah.
Well,
Thank you,
y'all
Will.
see.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're on, is
So,
there anybody on the YouTube?
you know. the
Uh,
CBD
yeah.
water.
Are you on the
Yeah,
YouTube?
And I'm not drinking much right now. I'm doing the cleansing drinking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Glenn Warner.
That's the way to do it.
Oh, Glenn, what's up,
It's this time
Glenn?
of the year.
Glenn Warner
Yeah.
said, Dave, break a
Thanksgiving,
leg.
you
Great
gotta make a little
photographer,
room for
great
Christmas.
musician.
Only one
January,
show I
January,
watch on the
I
radio
do a lot of-
consistently.
January's when I need
Jay
it the most.
Ducote said, crush it, guys. You
I do
guys
watch
are-
the Mardi
you guys are
Gras.
doing great.
Yeah.
The kickoff of Mardi
And
Gras
Glenn
stuff.
said, great
Yeah.
pick for a host.
Yeah, but we never
Very,
did join
very
the
nice.
beer league.
Good,
thing.
man. Thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate
we
that,
got
Glenn.
two people in here
Yeah.
as well. And then
Cool.
So-
That's
the vast
awesome.
majority of people
Well, and you all
listen
stay
on the
close to
radio as
breweries.
well.
Yeah.
And the
Thanks, Andy.
Obviously, they can't hear us right now.
Yeah, definitely hit me up again, man. Tell your wife thank you for doing
Yeah,
that.
It's kind of good for you.
Sorry it didn't work out this year,
It's a
but
difficult,
we'll get it
like,
together.
road to kind of-
I've heard
Mike,
good
thanks
things
for
about
watching.
you.
Brother,
I
my
think
boy
John
Mike
Paul
Tate.
mentioned
Mike
he's
Tyler in the
looking
house.
forward to me.
Yeah.
Me and John are really close. He's been
I mean, bro, imagine if I'd have had a
Yeah,
radio
he-
station
he
at my
has been,
fingertips
he's
back
been
in the
trying to
day.
get me and him together for a while.
That'd be
Which isn't a
scary.
bad thing.
Yeah, John's a mentor of mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's that?
Talking about John.
Williams.
Williams.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, because I represent Southern Glazers, the big whole. They used to do beer, now they just do wine and spirits.
Mhm.
And now I represent Miller Coors, or
So
Molson
that's-
Coors,
Yeah,
which is
definitely in his wheelhouse.
well, they're the big bad out of the country now. I remember
Oh.
Man, oh man, I feel like it's getting easier now.
Uh-oh. It's when you start making mistakes.
I know, right? That's when you just put your hand in a chopping
Yeah.
block, and you're like, oh, why did my hand just get cut
The
off?
void.
It's good to be comfortable in
You
this type of
can't-
situation.
Yeah. You can't let go. What did Bo call it? The something the void or whatever, that French term that he had for
Yeah, I
people to
can't
stick
remember.
their hands in wood chippers.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
There's a French term for people who stick their hands in wood
I'm not
chippers.
sure.
There is.
Interesting.
There really is.
That is
He's a
interesting.
safety guy.
You're not sure what we're gonna talk about? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been the one bugging you to like give me the agenda.
What?
I'm an IT digital marketing agency. and-
I had planned on y'all meeting, by the way.
Okay.
Remember the IT?
Yeah.
He owns it.
And, Code Ninjas, Office Evening.
Oh, sweet. That's a pretty cool little project, man.
Yeah.
I did software development for about 15 years
Yeah.
before. Like, I think we need.
Those
Like
kids
what?
are doing some amazing things in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm about to go to segment, but give them one to introduce because I do some work with Cambria. They're doing a lot of this thing.
I need a Richard Condon voice back.
A lot of staff all
We got about a minute till we're back.
Cool.
Do you need to do that?
They're always looking
Be-
for local.
Be like, we're talking about beer.
We're talking about beer
Is that
here.
my closest like Richard Condon voice? Like, I
Let me tell you, I got a list for you. Are you ready, Chris? I got my list. Number one.
Let me
I
tell
need
you
that
about
drama
Christmas.
music in the background. Boom.
It's a hard thing to do. I can't go as high as he does, but as low as he goes at the same time.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Fill in wherever they need.
I know, right?
Cool.
I know, Mike. That's crazy, bro. We used to be walking the streets.
Oop.
Ike Tyler.
Hmm.
That was my homeboy back in the day in South Florida. We got
Poke my head
some sticky situations, man.
You wanna scan that.
Oh, did I cut
What
you
do,
out?
what do I do? What do I do with my hands?
Here we go. Let me get this back here. Trying to get you in the picture.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I mean, I don't know.
I'll just put my mic over here so I can talk. There you go.
Is the touch or is it just?
All right.
Yeah! Well, it almost sounds like a little bit like, I know what that is. Yeah, I was thinking that was Weezer there for a second. But no, that's Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
You know.
Man, oh man, little Chili Peppers to bring us back in.
What does that even mean, painting the stick red? Like,
I don't know,
what
we're
did
in
he
the
do?
red stick.
I know, but I mean, what did he do?
I don't know. Anybody got an idea on that?
I've still yet to hear how.
I think
he-
they just
he
make things up.
specifically
I think Jay
painted
just
the
makes
stick
things
red,
up.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
was that Jay or are you talking about Anthony Kiedis?
I don't know.
Who said
that?
paint the stick red?
Yeah, Jay did.
Oh,
Well,
Jay
it's,
said that.
like it's like.
Oh, he said that in the intro.
about-
I
He's the
wasn't
guy that
listening to
painted
the
the stick
intro,
red.
Intro, but
obviously.
it's like about Jay. Yeah.
It's like he named the red stick.
I don't think he's that old.
Well, hey, I've heard those intros. I think there may be a little bit of exaggeration
Some tall
to
tales.
some of them.
Yeah.
Did he
Yeah.
put the fat in Fat Tuesday? Is that what they said? The self-shaming stuff?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's something I've heard him say.
I'm
So,
sure when when you have a show, man, you got to come up with some fun stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
They're good.
they got nicknames
Yeah, they're
for my.
good at that.
I decided to make my own initials when I was younger. Instead of being DS, I was like, oh no, I'm going to be DSR. Because I mean, who's got that, right? I mean,
Who's DSR? That's
nobody
crazy.
does.
That's
so
sick.
when my wife met me, she was like, I don't like this DSR guy. And I was like, she's like, you need to become David right now. Because
Yeah.
that ego needs to be inflated.
It-
Pull the
it-
cord.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Your wife never did that to you, did she?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. She, yeah, my ego's always been like right where it needs to be. It's exactly where she says it needs to be. So.
Yeah. But then she handed me this great book. It was an awesome book. Ego is the enemy. It was like,
Yeah.
yeah, what are you trying to tell me? I mean,
No, I've never had that problem though, man. I've always kind of been the guy like in the pulling strings in the background. I've never been out front.
that's hard to believe because once you get to talking, it's easy to, hear.
Yeah, yeah. I
But
mean,
it's. I mean, that's great. You are, but that's part of why your business works. I mean, you got to be smart. You got to be willing to shut your mouth when you're.
yeah.
When you.
What was it? I forget who said it, but which is probably going to make me look even worse. But like, it's better to be thought a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is that. I always
Yeah.
say 2 ears, 1 mouth.
Yeah.
Use your mouth half as much as you're listening.
Yeah.
We'd be in a whole lot better boat.
I still mess that one up sometimes. So.
Yeah. Well, that's because I'm preparing my answer before the person finishes. That's my problem.
Yeah.
Well, so I was actually going to get serious in this segment,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I don't think I want to do that.
Well, we can.
I mean, we're going to talk about, good stuff also, but, and it just left my mind. I love how that happens,
Yeah.
It's like, boo, gone, circle
Squirrel.
back. Oh, yeah, that's what I was talking about nicknames, because as I was on the road back in the day, I created this, whatever acronym initials that I like to call myself, DSR, which is total ego. But my band liked to make up other words. So I'd love to, if you, wanted to come up with some interesting acronym words of your own for DSR, feel free to use your imagination and out there in the car. If you're online and you want to post it on one of the sites that's live, feel free to do that. I can't say these things live on the air because some of them are vulgar, but
Yeah.
some of them were pretty good. I don't know. You got an idea? Could you come up with a non-vulgar one? Because I know all you want to think about is the vulgar.
Yeah, I know. That's where my mind goes.
Deep sea.
Racketeering.
Ah, that's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else got a better one? Feel free to call us at 499-1073. I'd love to hear your ideas of what's the best. I'm making this game up, by the way. I just decided to do this out of nowhere, just to have something to talk about.
Yeah.
But, okay, well, let's talk
Deep sea
about
racketeering.
deep
That's-
sea. I don't think that's the best we can
No.
do. Somebody can come up with better than that. But so what I was going to talk about is, how we transition in our lives, and what's happened with me is, I decided about 5 years ago I was going to do something more than just play music, take music and use it for a better, better utility. Try to take the talents that I've, been given by our what I say God to me. Some people say the universe, but for me, I feel like I needed to do more than just self-serve. And so in 2017, I started a pilot along with Baton Rouge Music Studios and our Lieutenant Governor's office, a thing called Songs of Survivors. Well, that developed into a nonprofit, and now we are serving veterans across Louisiana doing songwriting workshops, which is one of the most fulfilling things I've ever done in my life. And I try to remain very humble in why I do it. I try to always keep the mission of that. But if you're out there and you're a veteran and you've never written a song, I would love for you to contact us and become a part of what we're doing at Songs of Survivors. You can reach out to us at sosmusic.org, or you can call us at 433-933-0330. Dropping some rhymes. We just got another word in, but
I was thinking, don't sing right.
Oh, well, that happens a lot, actually. But and that happens, but just continuing, Songs of Survivors. If you're interested and ever want to be a part of what we're doing, or you want to hear more about it, sosmusic.org. I'll mention it again before the show's over, but and we'll keep going on the fun stuff. Did we have somebody's idea, or were they calling for something else?
That was it.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was our call-in. Awesome. We've got one of our guests who's just called in, but. If you have something out there that you'd like to share with us, again, you can get on our YouTube. You can tell us live right now. You can go to my one of my social media platforms, which you can find at tipdsr.com, and send us a message on there. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So before we finish up with you there, my friend, because you ain't leaving because you got all the beer and everybody wants to
I'll just hang out and
keep
drink
drinking.
Yeah.
Anything else that Pelican's got plans? Or y'all growing any? Or are we doing anything to? I mean, y'all growing because you brought in this new.
We got a lot of new
Fairhope.
beers coming in this year. Probably the first quarter.
Where can you find Fairhope? I'd love to know that.
You should be able to find it at any of the independents in Baton Rouge, Calandro's, Alexander's.
Nice plug.
Yeah. And I'm 99% sure it's in all the Rouses. I mean, we're redoing all the sets and stuff for the spring, so it's I have no clue where anything is anymore.
Yeah.
But you'll be able to find it at any grocery outlet in the city for sure.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Y'all are a small team too. Just 3 people, maybe 4 people over there.
13.
13. See, but delivery drivers. I'm talking about in-house, though. You're only a few guys, right?
Yeah,
Few
we got
folks.
6 salespeople.
Oh, I didn't know you had this many people working.
Yeah,
Y'all
we're
must have been
growing.
fast.
I'm trying to hire 2 new salespeople before the. I prefer to hire them before the end of the year, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
Right.
Yeah, and then we're looking for a new sales director.
Well, there you go, folks.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a job and you're great in sales and have leadership skills, call my boy Chris Pennigy at Pelican Brands.
Yeah. It's part of that has been a lot of self. When you're talking about business owners and things like what you're good at, what you're not.
Yeah.
A lot of self reflection and what I'm good at, what I'm not, and I try to surround myself with people that are good at the things that I am not good at.
Right.
And one of
Absolutely.
those is management.
Well, that's
So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming in and filling in with me and spending time with
Yeah.
me. And y'all, Chris Pennigy from Pelican Brands, my boy, my brother. We share a lot on a weekly basis. It's awesome spending life with you. So I appreciate you being here, brother.
Yeah.
Y'all, thank you
Thanks
for
for having me.
listening. David St. Romain on Talk 107.3, Jay Ducote Show.
The Jay Ducote Show.
Right.
I feel like you still had like 15 minutes.
Wasn't that right?
I don't know. I have no clue.
Four-
No, you got out.
I was a little
it was
late.
Like he was like 2 minutes late, but
Yeah.
it's not. That is a
2
very
minutes
normal
late?
time to get out there. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Huh?
2 minutes late.
Hey, bro. Got a trade. Dude, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So next we're doing Ed and you. Yes! This is awesome.
It's really gonna be Ed doing the talking. I'm here just for some support.
Yeah, well, I'll have. Yeah, he'll be in y'all's ears the second we go live.
Hey man, it's great to meet you. I just sent John a text.
I'm not going anywhere.
All right,
I'm
that's
just
cool.
hanging out for
That's
a little
cool.
bit. You want to try anything?
Yeah,
So
I think I should try it.
I don't know. What do you like?
I like an IPA.
Don't have that one.
All right.
For sure.
Which spin that's Texas.
Yeah.
SOSmusic.org.
Boom.
But hey, good try.
Okay, and then this is Shreveport.
I got a
So
sweet
that-
tooth. All right,
okay.
I've done Red River. I haven't-
He's not here. He's out of town, Leanne. That's why I'm here. But I am. I will definitely, when I talk to him, I will tell him you said hey.
Yeah, I like these sours.
Chuck is giving me shit.
What's Chuck saying?
He's like, so you're gonna come into the show when I'm not here?
Tell him I love him, my boy.
Let's see.
This is not like being in committee.
Pretty good little mix.
Yeah,
No pressure.
I was trying to run out of the warehouse.
I actually don't even go to the table committee because I don't like.
You don't ever do that?
It's a liability.
You
It's
are.
kind of a liability.
Oh yeah.
I don't. Only if I
What?
need to.
Yeah, absolutely.
My clients go messing.
And they know more anyway.
It's pretty good. I like
They're
it.
gonna know what they're talking about more than.
I haven't had it yet.
I might try that strawberry sour. Or was it
Woo! Yeah.
sour?
We are almost halfway through. I cannot believe this.
This is in there. Yeah, that one's good, but that's like a
Are you able to put Ed on now or no?
Hey, Grant.
I guess we.
He's asking.
You're not able to put Ed on now, are you?
Yeah, I can put him on, and he can just
Is
talk
that the one
to.
you know what we're talking about?
No, he
Yeah.
gets a heads up that we got
Yeah.
20 seconds.
Like the
The
goo
goo,
and apple
yeah,
pie.
yeah, alright.
You got another one of these or no?
And he should be able to, y'all should be able to hear him now if he talks, but none of y'all are on the air. You're just
Well,
over the
live.
stream.
Thank you.
That's all.
I don't know if I got the strings.
Oh, so the stream is live.
Yeah, the streams.
So this is on
they have a
my-
stream right
this
there,
is
and
my
then we have
platform?
streams
Yeah,
on
that's
live
nice.
here,
And
they
he's
both
got
stay
live on
during the
YouTube
break,
there.
But the radio is just ads right now.
You
Good to
can't
know.
talk bad about people. You gotta be careful.
Yeah.
I'm what?
The last person's name.
I said you can't talk bad about people. Even you think you're off, but you're not.
That's
No,
right.
I didn't realize that.
What's up,
Oh,
Kevin?
Did you say anything bad about anybody? No, you should have.
No.
That's part of the fun. Of
Kevin,
being
you
here.
still doing your podcast, man? You should holler at me. I would love to get back on. That'd be awesome. I am drinking a CBD sparkling water. I believe it's just CBD.
So is Ed
It's
on?
too bad.
Yeah, Ed is on, and y'all, he should, if he talks, we should be able to hear him. I can hear something whenever I put him into queue, so I can hear him on my ears. I don't hear him talking though. I don't know if he's.
We'll get him in. Steve Shannon.
I can't call him again though if it's being 50.
Hey, Anthony. Good to see you, my brother. I love you. Hope you're feeling well.
We should get Steve Shannon on the radio so he could yell DSR for 10 minutes.
DSR! So what we got? Don't sing right.
Don't sing right.
So we got Don't
Dropping
Sing
some
Right.
rhymes.
Dropping some beats.
Dropping some rhymes.
I'm sorry. Yeah, there's no
We
beat.
got DSP.
Dumbass.
Dark Stout Ripper.
Dark Stout Ripper.
Oh,
Little beer one.
Yeah. That's actually a good beer name.
Dark Stout Ripper.
Drinking, singing, and rhyming.
Drinking scene.
Singing, rhyming.
Dude, that's good. Drinking, singing. We got to do
Yeah.
no G's. And rhyming.
alright. Coming back in here now.
That's the best one. Man, I just got told the best acronym for my I can't even say it. My initials that I made up. Drinking, singing, rhyming. Drinking, singing, rhyming. DSR. That's awesome. Great job, Ryan. I appreciate that. Y'all, glad to be here. David St. Remain filling in for Jay Ducote on the Jay Ducote Show on 107.3 FM. We are live on YouTube. If you didn't know that, we're also on the Talk 107.3 app, which you can get on the App Store. And also we're live on my platforms, which you can find at tipdsr.com. Okay, now that that's over with, I am very, very excited to speak to my friend right now, to a couple of my friends right now, to share with you some of the awesome stuff going on and about in Louisiana and across I-10 with our friends at the American Red Cross. I want to bring in right now the executive director of the American Red Cross, retired Colonel Ed Bush. Ed, you there? Good afternoon to you, my friend. And also we have the board chairman for the American Red Cross here in this region, my friend Mr. Ryan Haney, in the studio with us.
Hey, David. Thanks for having me. Hey, everybody.
Absolutely. Ed, I should say Colonel. I feel weird calling you Ed, my friend. But tell... That's funny. No. Not for your as many years, and I was reading on your resume as much as you have done for our country, our region, our state. You deserve to be lifted big time. Tell us about a little bit about yourself, real quick, if you would.
Well, so first, let me say Delta Sierra.
Mm-hmm.
That would be your name phonetically, right?
That's it, bro. That is it. That's awesome.
He'll make sure to give you some royalties one day on that.
That's right. Intellectual property coming on. So tell us. So go ahead.
Yeah, I just real quick about me. I was young and in college and didn't even know what I wanted to do. And military kind of seemed like a good option. It just turned out to be a heck of a ride. I never intended at 23 years old to make it a life career decision, but it's like every year was a good year, and I just stayed with it. And the longer I stayed in, the more meaningful it got. I found myself surrounded by men and women who were putting hard work for all the right reasons, and I like to rub up with those kind of people and hang around them. And it's my privilege to lead great teams, and man, I love the U.S. American soldier with all my heart. So
That's awesome.
It was great. I did a few years on active duty, and then came to Louisiana because I had met along the way a very attractive young lieutenant as one of my observation partners. And she was from Louisiana.
Nice.
You should come off active duty and get picked up with the guard full time, and I thought that was great advice. So yeah, story about a boy and a girl. I was telling my mom, hey, I'm moving to Louisiana. She didn't really know what happened, but.
It doesn't surprise me that you found a beautiful girl from Louisiana. I mean, we naturally have something about the water, about something it's South Louisiana in general is filled. We just have the most beautiful women. I mean, I just got to say it.
You're not going to get an art.
That's awesome.
And yeah, so I started, I took a job full-time with Louisiana National Guard, and I tell you, that really spoke to me, because the role that the Guard plays just in the disaster response arena, man, it's significant, and those men and women are going on duty when they themselves are ready, so yeah, it was my privilege. I met some great leaders, served real close with a couple of generals. It was my privilege to work with them, and met a ton of people, and now here I am today. I got to tell you, my Red Cross experience is more similar than different. It's very, very similar in that it's great people doing hard work for all the right reasons. It's my privilege to be, they're dedicated to being successful. Guys like Ryan who are stepping up to be, chairman of a board when he's got nothing but other stuff going on, but he finds time for the Red Cross, and he's making me successful and making the board successful, and now look at me, I'm on the radio.
That's awesome. It does. It takes a great board and a great chairman, support system to help lead an executive director, give that executive director the tools and the authority and just the abilities to get that job done, to grow with the strength and stability that an organization needs. And I mean, it's one thing. I run a nonprofit, but it is very small in comparison to what the American Red Cross does. And so I want to talk a little bit about that, if you don't mind, before we get into teasing my brother, because I know you served with my brother, so we're going to have to rag my brother on the air, because I finally can do that. I have a little bit of authority in this moment, and I cannot believe I can rag my colonel brother for one moment. But we'll do that in a minute. I do want to talk about, again, what you guys do, because I think the public, if you're out there, you probably don't know what all the American Red Cross does. They don't just show up at in disasters only, because that's when we see them most of the time. We see them on camera, when they're filming during floods. But tell us a little bit about the services of American Red Cross.
Yeah, your previous guest, one of his last week I was listening to, said the key to success is to surround yourself with people who are good at things that you're not. And I talk to people all the time, and they're probably to be more prepared. Whether it's a church or a group or a school or a club or an organization, they just want to be more prepared for when things happen.
1 minute.
And I would tell you that the way to be successful that is to surround yourself with people who know how to do protection. And that's what the Red Cross does. We'll teach you classes and give you skills that will save a life, and stop the bleeding, and will help you come up with a plan on how you react when your house is full of smoke, and we'll help you with the big disasters. So by and large, I just want to connect with the community and help them be better prepared by teaching them what we do. That's ultimately what we do.
That is awesome, and I know we're going to talk. We're going to talk in the next segment about one of those things that y'all have coming up over at the American Red Cross, and how y'all will connect with that community. I do want to point out before we take this short break, is that that National Guard gives you that support. But we'll talk about that in a minute. Y'all, my name is David St. Romain, and I'm filling in for Jay Ducote on Talk 107.3 FM.
Perfect. Again, you are really good at getting out on the breaks in time. Better than a lot of the hosts that I do regular shows with.
He'll get worse at it.
Yeah, I shouldn't have engaged him in the National Guard thought. I should have waited.
No, it was good. It was good.
What's a segment, right? So next time you say, when we get back, we want to talk about.
Right, exactly.
When we get back, I want to hear about some of your service.
Back to him. You got out on time when a guest is talking, especially, is a tough time to get out on.
Yeah, and he kind of wrapped it up. I texted him. I said, "You got 40 seconds."
Yeah.
Oh, good.
That helps too, I'm sure.
Went so fast. It does. But we're gonna get another segment, and that was the longer segment of the two.
Well. Yeah,
we
actually
cut it
worked
back
out
a little
where
bit.
they were both kind of similar because we got out of the third one a little slow. Mm-hmm. So they were both about 8 minutes.
Yeah.
But this one, will be a similar length, and then we'll have another hard break because we got to go into the CBS News break after this.
Yeah. Hire this man, natural. My boy says, hire this man, natural. Tell Flynn.
So when we get back, I say let him talk about the key services they provide. And then let's talk about his experience with General Honore. We can do that.
Okay.
But I mean, his story about him. So like, you could say some of the cool people on your board. One of the cool. Names I'm looking at the board here is General Russell Honore. I understand you got to meet him during Katrina.
Yeah.
Give us a minute or two if you think that's an interesting subject matter. Might not be.
Say it again.
You think that's interesting?
Yeah. I mean, I'm wondering, is he going to be there on the 23rd?
I don't know yet. We're going to try to get him there.
Yeah, we're going to try. We'll just mention that. We're going to try to get him there. That'd be something to. And it's the Hartley Bay Park at Gardier.
I think so. That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the park next to.
You looked it up. Did your homework, man?
Bro, I ain't messing around. I did more homework than this.
John
man
Williams
with
says
my
what's up.
recovery a long time.
John Williams says what's up.
Good.
Because he knows both of y'all.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've been trying to talk him into joining him. What's up, John? He's watching.
All right, this one's a little shorter,
Okay,
and
we'll
then
be
when
quick.
it ends, it'll be pretty obvious.
Yeah,
This one. This is a lot quieter, so it won't be as annoying to wait for it to get quiet to talk.
Yeah, let's just do the Red Cross thing then. If it's gonna be short.
Welcome back to the Jay Ducote Show. Y'all, my name is David St. Romain, and I am honored to take the reins for the day. Thank you, Jay, and the folks over here at Guaranty for making that happen. I want to get back with our friend, retired Colonel Ed Bush from the American Red Cross. And Colonel, would you tell us a little bit more about, I'd love to hear about General Honore and his connection with y'all. Could you share that with us? Because we don't have a ton of time. We only got about 6 minutes, so let's knock it out.
Yeah, we'll get into those pieces, right? So yeah, General Honore, I don't know if you have him on my show. Fun fact, I met General Honore for the first time when I was somewhere here in Rouge. We came out of the street quarter down as we were preparing to roll in the convention center, and I cleared out. He was confident because I had managers in Louisiana got an email asking if he could consider retire. So, long story short, I even watched that because of him. I am so thankful. And he engaged us. He was at our last one. I'm hoping I'll come to the next one. And he is a huge supporter of the Red Cross. Because he sees the value of what the Red Cross brings.
Yeah, I mean, people from Louisiana remember, his impact big time during Katrina, and all the work he's done nationally. And I want to again kind of focus this segment, if you don't mind, on some of the stuff that the Red Cross has got coming up. I know you guys have an event coming up, and we want to make sure we hit on that while we can. Tell us what's going on in January with this event called Sound the Alarm.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna talk about something we got going on tomorrow.
Oh.
So tomorrow, and this is such a perfect mission because I've got board members who are also members of the Winter Black Organization.
Right.
And it is a perfect opportunity. The Baton Rouge Winter Black chapter, they really focus on the young and mentoring. So they invited us to do some classes with they get together every Saturday. Winter Black and Baton Rouge, they get together at the recreation facility, and we need about 60 to 80 young men show up, and they have breakfast, and we're going to be their training tomorrow. We're going to get 4 different classes, break them into groups, and teach them how to do some CPR and how to stop bleeding, and teach them a little bit about preparedness and how to have a plan. And then one of the classes we're going to talk about humanitarian law, or law, and war. And then the last class we're going to talk about the spirit of volunteering. What does that even mean, and why should we look for opportunities to volunteer? So I love everything about it.
I love that mentoring aspect of it too. They learn that being a not just, when you're stepping up, you're helping others, but you're helping yourself. You don't even realize it. And when you're doing your own healthy, behavior change work, like you're talking about, when you're trying to better yourself, a lot of times you're helping people around you. You don't even realize it.
And it's the substance, it's the base that you can build on, where you kind of try to figure out who am I, as a young man, who am I, and what are the kind of things that I want to do. I love everything about it. So
That's awesome.
I'm excited to do that tomorrow, and then fast forward January, we're going to focus on Gardier neighborhood there in Baton Rouge, and we're going to try to install as many school homes and those houses in those neighborhoods as we possibly can on Saturday, January 21st.
23rd is what I have. Is it 21st or 23rd? But
21st.
21st. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to have the wrong date there. So you guys are going to be setting up shop a cool little event called Sound the Alarm on the 21st. It's going to be at the am I correct? I believe it's the Hartley Bay Park over at Gardier, and we're the main hope here, I think, is to from what I understand is you want to do some outreach to the to that area, so you can try to just give some basic training, preparedness training for some of these skills that they may not realize they need in an emergency or in a moment. We go into some panic modes. We don't always know what to do, and I hate to say it, but a lot of families, they don't have the support system to do some of these trainings just at home. So it's great to have you guys stepping up and doing this kind of stuff in our neighborhoods and being an active.
It's a little bit about a social honor, it's a whole lot about community.
Yeah.
My goal is to put on an event. And David, I'm gonna invite you to come on out, and maybe you can provide some entertainment and some music.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm setting up a base camp there, and we're gonna have food and music, and it's gonna look like a block party. It's gonna look like something that's really fun, and I want a whole bunch of people to come and say, how can I be part of it?
David sings the Red Cross, DSR.
We'll have a great day. And oh, by the way, we're gonna go in and make hundreds of homes a little bit safer, and hundreds of people a little bit safer. And in addition to asking those people, hey, can we come in and make your home safer? I want to ask them, hey,
2 minutes.
You want to come do this with us? You want to be in the Red Cross and be a volunteer and come help? Why don't you come on and help us do the rest of the neighborhood too? So,
Right. So
I'm hoping to get a whole bunch more people interested in joining the Red Cross as well.
that's wonderful. Also, tell us who are the partners in that program or that event. Do you have?
Well, I'll jump in. I know Ed and I want to try to recruit some more partners. So any businesses out there that want to come out that day, we need both volunteers. Anybody who wants to help us with food, etc. I know we have some existing partners. My folks over at Tin Roof and Doug O'Lynn's told me they might come out and help us with a tent or
Cool.
some beer. I'm not saying
Doug, you're committed.
It's it. And that's the McGee's over there. But
Oh yeah,
Ed, how
sorry,
about you
new
go hit
owners.
it
I
on-
forgot. Sorry.
Let you hit it on the sponsors.
You're gonna see a big push by us for everybody, whether it's your church, your men's club, your women's club, your kids' grade school class, a high school soccer team. They can all come be part of this. And
Right.
have a mechanism by which they can sign up and pick a shift, and it'll be all hands on deck for half a day. And then we'll all go home at the end of the day and feel really good about what we did.
Yeah, we'll have the boundaries.
It'll be a little bit fun.
Yeah, we'll have the Baton Rouge Fire Department out there. They typically partner. They're typically going into houses doing the actual installations, making sure it's done right. There's
Yeah.
no cost to the homeowners.
Yeah, around this time
as
of
we're
year.
getting here into the
Yeah.
cold season.
With
and so
Christmas trees and fires are more active with that, I'm
that's
sure.
right, and that's a great part of Baton Rouge to go and help.
Yeah. Well, go ahead. I was going to say, what I love about this, American Red Cross is connected to so many different organizations. And so it's awesome to be able to use those relationships to do great work. So I just want to thank you, Colonel Ed Bush, for coming in, the Executive Director of American Red Cross. Y'all, David St. Remain filling in for Jay Ducote. We're going to be right back on Talk 107.3 FM.
There we go.
Was it good timing?
Yep. The CBS actually takes a couple extra seconds to start because it's got like this little tone that clicks in, so we got right back in as if we're starting. It was good. Is Ed gonna be back on, or can I drop him? Okay.
I don't think so.
Good job, dude.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yep.
Tell him
I'm gonna hang out.
Tell him
No,
I'll
great,
reach
by the way,
out.
right
And say,
there.
oh, you gonna hang?
I'm gonna come sit over here.
Yeah.
I
I
gotta
mean,
drink my beer.
yeah. All right. I think I'm just. We could just kind of. This next segment, I was going to just chat a little bit more about just stuff. I didn't really have anybody. Ben, do you want to jump in now? You want to wait till the next segment?
I'll wait till next week if you want to get your
Yeah.
stuff out the way.
Yeah, let me get some stuff. I didn't really.
Get some of the stuff out of the
Some
way.
stuff. Somebody jumped on my feed and added sexfind.biz, my hot photo here.
Interesting.
I think I'm going to block
Maybe
this
just a block. Maybe a
user
block
on
there.
YouTube.
I see those every time. Every time I work, right after this actually, as long as high school football season's in action, I work the Catholic games.
Yeah.
I'm on the air here. And there's one of those every week, and I don't know how the people running it haven't blocked them yet. Because I'm just here to get it on the
'Cause they
radio.
go
I
and
don't-
check
I'm
out
not
the
like
links.
admin for
that's
them,
the one
so
I've
I
been
can't
talking
do
about.
anything
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it. So I just see it every week, and nobody does anything. I'm like, yeah.
That's funny,
Oh,
bro.
yeah, I took a sip. But
That's funny.
I don't know. I'll take a sip.
It tastes
I just
like,
wanna try it.
like the goo in apple pie.
Dave, you should do
Are you-
a round
that
robin
sour?
segment with Chris and
Yeah.
Ryan.
That is
A
one
round
of the
robin?
best
Yeah,
beers
just
I've had in a long
throw-
time.
throw some stuff
I
out.
love
I
that.
committed Tin Roof to that sponsorship pretty quick.
Yeah, you
No, I
did.
actually talked to Kayma last night. She told me because they're in Gardner. So they bought Doug O'Lynn's.
Oh, your boy
And
said.
they're down the street. You can just set up. Did he blow me up for saying Tin Roof?
No, he said so great. Thanks, Ryan.
Oh, Ed.
Ed did, yeah. Delta Sierra Romeo. I love it. Love you too, Charles. Thank you for asking me, brother. Chuck.
Yep. Chuck was just a little bit ago in the,
Oh, man,
in the
that
chat
tastes
over
just like
here.
apple pie.
Amazing.
It's amazing, right?
The goo, as David.
The goo.
had
It
to
sounds.
comment
I
on.
want to get the American pie. That's all I want to talk about is American pie.
American
When I hear
pie.
that.
Yeah, you held back. I can tell you held back.
Oh yeah, oh, bro. I'm like trying not to say something dirty on the air. Woo! Come on.
Yeah, I
Man.
don't know how I hadn't thought about that yet, but now that you're mentioning it, that's all I could think of.
Right, of
now that I
course.
Think about it.
I'll get them to do
Man.
some cans of it next year.
Well, good. Ed obviously been on the radio before. He was a natural.
Oh no, he's great. Yeah, I'm trying to think of something fun to bullshit about.
Talk about your songs of survivors. I
Have
think
you
that's a
ever
really
had a hard
cool
time talking
concept
about
that you do on that. How you travel the state and do your clinics. And if you have
I
a
do it.
veteran in a different place in the state that you're gonna have a clinic, or wherever you add in that project.
Yeah.
But I think that's good human interest stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think it ties in well with what you just talked about with Ed.
Yeah.
sing a song about it.
You got a lot of veterans here in Baton Rouge. I think it's so that everybody likes to hear about.
I'm interested to see how this ends up in the end.
Are you booked in with Bill O'Reilly? No, that's at 7:30.
That was this morning. He had Bill on the air.
Nice. So that was
How
actually
Dane
Bill
did. Yeah, he had a live.
called in.
Ah, that's awesome. My cousin flipping through the radio, and I fall into a guy that sounds like you on BR
I
radio.
love it. I'm listening
Oh,
to
that's
that.
awesome.
That's hilarious.
That's on your.
This
Tim-
is all
David-
my stuff.
David St. Romain. So these are people who are actually live on your David St. Romain.
Yeah, so we've got 5, but they're on 5 different platforms. So I've got it on.
It all combines.
Yep, in one streaming. I use Restream,
So that's cool. So people are on Facebook, on your tip, on your
Twitch,
Oh, that's so
Facebook,
interesting.
LinkedIn,
and all
Twitter,
the chats comes together.
and all of it comes
You have a
into
bunch
one.
of people on
Wow,
there.
that's very cool.
There's 5.
I don't know. It seemed like a lot.
There were 12 earlier, but
Yeah.
There's also a few on the our Facebook, and then the vast majority are just on the radio.
yeah.
So they don't hear what we're talking about now, but
The vast
they hear
3
most
of them.
it.
The best.
Well, if
Somebody's
you
listening because I keep getting
You
texted.
should see the numbers for like our YouTube, because I get to see the numbers for our bigger shows because it's just on our podcasting website. Because
Yeah.
you get to see the downloads, and then I see the YouTube views compared to like the numbers we get during for radio views. And if it's reliable, it's actually a pretty staggering, like, even the shows that get like the absolute best amount of like YouTube views, which is like 300 or so, which is the ESPN shows up there, are getting like 10 to 15 times as many people listening on the at their best, at their peak.
Yeah.
On the radio, because you'll have a few thousand, for the prime time ones anyway, like OTB in the morning, and then after
those
further
guys are
view in
crazy.
Kona whenever you're coming back. Yeah.
Yeah, they got crazy numbers.
Yeah, they do. They really do. It's
2,000
actually
people watching
so-
on YouTube.
Yeah, we got about 15 seconds, and then I'll be playing us back in some music.
I really like the morning show. It's all about politics and stuff. I'll listen to that.
Holiday, Brian Holiday, in the morning, he does great. He
Yeah.
does great. I love Brian. He's a very nice guy too.
I didn't realize he did all the basketball stuff.
Brian does everything here. He's
Well, he just
he's a
grew up doing
worker.
LSU.
He's a warrior. He's up at 5 a.m. every morning to do a 3-hour morning show.
Let him do his. Let him do
Yeah,
his
Brian
thing.
is.
Yeah,
The
get
one
on
arm
Dude,
chair.
he's a machine, dude.
On screen.
He made the chair like shorter, just so he.
Dude, I love it. You like Chili Peppers.
I love them too. And
Huge
they're,
fan.
they're like one of the first ones that they've done recently. So
Welcome back to the Jay Ducote Show. Here's the dude who beat Bobby Flay.
Man, I love these intros. These are awesome. Well, I swear, every time we're on our way back to the show, like in this moment, I have this idea, we're going to talk about this. And then we come back and I'm like, blank.
wait, what were we? It's like, wait, what were we gonna talk about?
I don't even
Yeah,
remember.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
y'all mentioned something just
Just
now,
second.
and I was gonna comment on it live, but now I've forgotten what it was. So hey, that's the best part about this. I made notes, and we're not gonna stick to them. This segment, I was gonna spend a little time talking with you again about the work that I'm doing here in this region and in our state. But we'll have some fun too before it's over. Again, if you're, the work I'm doing now is based around serving the public through songwriting workshops. I've been traveling across the state over the course of the last couple of years. I say that over 2021 and 22, I should say. Well, we are in December already. My goodness, and holding these workshops with groups of veterans at different organizations. Sometimes we're at the VA, sometimes we're at a nonprofit that serves veterans. Or we're just getting together at our offices here in Baton Rouge. But the organization is called Songs of Survivors. And what we do when we come together with these veterans is we sit down for a period of time and we share, our lives, stories about our lives together. And then we write one unified message and one unified song together. And I got to tell you, I've had experiences. I don't know, what you've been through in life, but to have an opportunity like this to be able to place your life, just experience life's experiences. And sometimes it's been positive. I've had workshops where we wrote songs about why people were, why they joined the military. It was a positive story about one of our board members. He joined because of his grandfather's hat, and so we wrote a song called Pawpaw's Hat. And so it's not always that we're writing songs about bad, negative outcomes or negative thoughts. It's actually really just an empowering opportunity for any veteran currently in Louisiana or active duty to get together with other like-minded veterans and people who and have this peer support from each other, because we all sign on that dotted line, and that's one thing that we're all proud of as veterans, is that we're willing to stand up for each other and unite. And that's, so if you're out there and you're interested in hearing more about it, check it out, sosmusic.org, sosmusic.org. And again, you can.
Website, by the way.
Oh yeah, I like that website. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit on the next segment. But that was our boy Ben Marcel. I'm going to introduce him in a minute. But check the website out, sosmusic.org. You can also reach out to us at 225-433-9330 is our phone number. I mainly, the reason I did this is because of what was happening to me in my life was the signs. It was clear that people in my life were pointing out that I had more of a purpose in my life than just to try to be self-serving and get up on a stage and feel that love from people all the time. It checked me in the deepest core of my soul. And when I felt that check, it was the sign I needed to make that transition. There's a lot of people out there that might not be happy. You may be in your car just dreading the fact that you're driving home from work right now, and that you really hate your job. And I don't want to encourage you to quit, but I want to encourage you to find something that makes you happy. Find something that does fulfill your purpose in life. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but this is what I do. This is what I try to share with people, because I feel like I've been charged with this opportunity to step up and do more with my ability, even if it's yapping at the mouth and aggravating folks like my wife. It is my opportunity to share what I feel in my heart is the right purpose in my life. And so it's been awesome to be able to do that, and I hope that you'll take the time. Check out the website if you're not a veteran, and everyone is connected to a veteran. Everyone knows a veteran. I guarantee you, if you're thinking right now in your head, I know a veteran, my brother, my sister, my cousin, my nephew, my son, my daughter. We all have veteran connections, and there are a lot of resources out there for veterans. The problem I find is that veterans aren't necessarily always wanting or willing or even knowing that they need some help, or that they may want to have this opportunity to just reframe an experience through a songwriting session. So that's where this gets to be a unique niche opportunity for our military personnel, active and veterans out there. So enough of my broken record on the good-timey, good feeling stuff. But I just, it was important to me to talk about those signs and what happened to me, and why I made that transition. I was listening to those signs. So if you're out there and you're looking at a sign and you see and it says make a change, maybe that's a sign. Maybe that's a sign. So, I think this is. Look at me. I had never done this before. I never thought for a second that they would call me and trust me for 5 minutes with a microphone, much less 2 hours. Who made that decision? But, this has been fun so far. We're like 1.5, what does that even make sense? 75% of the way through this. Boy, it is getting
50% of the way through.
What in the world did I
At
just...
one point, I feel like I got what you meant. When
Yeah.
you said 1.5, I understand.
I almost said something there I shouldn't have said, so I'm glad I didn't. But this is a great exercise for me to put together notes, put together ideas, bring guests into the studio. And, on this next segment, when we come back from this next segment, from this segment, we're going to be talking to my man who's sitting here next to me about some of the things that are going on in their world and some of the community efforts he's doing. and some of the stuff we've done together. But it's great to be surrounded. That's what's been great about the even y'all's guys here at the station. Guys like Brian Haldane, your morning host, and Matt Moscona. I mean, people think because they're on the radio, because they have all these fans or they have all these support systems. You don't realize, Matt has challenges in his life. I know personally that he just does an incredible job at stepping up to those challenges and doing what he has to do to be the best man he can for his family, and the best father and the best husband he can, for his family, and the best community leader. I mean, I love it when he gets to ranting and cussing at people on YouTube, though. That is pretty funny. I'm like, man, he's like Blake Shelton of sports radio here, because Blake Shelton used to cuss at people online and be like, 1, 2, 3, block. And Matt, he gets away with everything. I love it. It's just, but at the same time, like, he really is a big fixture here in this town, and he's like no one, like everyone else. He deals with life just like everyone else. They're machines, though, these radio guys. They get up at like 3 a.m., and gals, excuse me, Michelle Southern over there. I'm going to give her love. I don't want to hate on my girls over in Brittany and Abby over on the country station. Our girls they're just awesome. But they have a really tough life. It is a struggle. I couldn't imagine getting up early, being here in television. Folks are a lot like that, but they have normal lives. They have kids. They have families. They have responsibilities, and they have to stay focused. They have to do what's right because take that, accept what life is and do the next right thing, and so I commend you folks that are doing this every day. I just get to do it for 2 hours today. And again, if you don't know, this is my first time, so I might be doing a terrible job, but I love you. Prince
says you're doing good.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That was kind of fishing for a compliment, I feel like.
Well, I mean,
He winked at me
both
before I said that.
both can be true, to be fair.
Right, totally. And you brought me in on one of my favorite new songs that I heard via Scott Robb, Metallica's new single. So if you haven't checked that out, you got to check out Metallica's new single. And I know they're going on tour next summer. I think 2 summers in a row from what I heard. Grant, did you see anything about those ticket price things that were going on? I mean,
not in regards to Metallica specifically.
Right, not them, but Taylor Swift.
With Taylor Swift and Ticketmaster.
And then Tyler Childers. We were looking at ticket. Whoa, that's pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
I caught that. Tyler Childers tickets. Mainly, I'll give this away for my daughter. And after I saw $800, I was at the Fillmore. I was like, no thanks. We're good. I'll wait. And
I've seen Taylor Swift one for 50,000 plus.
50.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
The sad.
Well, they just
On the second one.
Gosh.
all corrupt, and they just do it
Yeah.
to sell to each other, and it's
Right.
It's a nightmare.
I do think that artists like Taylor are going to step up. She did many times already for other people like artists and the general public or the just the general public in general. She tends to be really just mindful of that.
Yeah,
and
ground.
totally.
At the
And
end of
she
the day, it's her brand.
Yeah,
It is,
especially
and long
it's gonna
game.
be associated with her for sure.
in long game, it's going to affect her. I mean, it's because people already I can't believe she's allowing them to do this. Well, I mean, they're tied into a contract. They don't really have any say-so anymore. My wife pointed out something. I'm calling her out again. She pointed out something that was really interesting, though, and it was important. And I know we're going to be coming out on a hard out here in a second. But she mentioned, what about those families that are like their daughters or their 14, 15-year-old daughters or whatever? They promised them tickets because they thought they'd get $150 tickets or $200 tickets, or even, I think that's about average, $150 to $200, in my opinion, in this day and age. And now they have to take out a loan, or they got to do something because because the guilt as a parent, I know personally I feel that guilt, especially around the holiday. But you got to let that go. I mean, even kids are so resilient, like they're going to understand. I repeat this, please don't go into debt doing something like that. It's not a healthy way to give to your kids. And I think that they would respect more in the long run and they may not be able to see that now as kids because they think like kids, but I think they'll appreciate it more that mom and dad made a healthy good steward. They're good stewards with their money and made a good decision financially, instead of putting themselves in debt, which actually could affect the kids even worse. And so, because we do put all this pressure on our parents, and here I am talking about that at 44 years old. I feel like I still put pressure on my parents. So I want to, encourage you out there, if you're parents and, of teenagers or young kids, and you were thinking about getting tickets to that, and you don't beat yourself up, don't judge yourself. You're doing a great job just for even trying. And wait it out, because I think artists like Taylor Swift are going to step up, and they're going to do the right thing for you. Y'all, we're going to take a little short break one more time. I do want to say this one more time. If you want to know more about what I'm doing, you want to stay in touch with me, please text me right now, 225-396-4166, 225-396-4166. Join my community texting platform and keep up with me. David St. Romain, filling in for Jay Ducote on Talk 107.3 FM.
And we were actually, I could tell you wanted to get out a little earlier. That was a long segment. I don't know why.
Yeah, well, I didn't have.
But that is the longest one we'll have, and we're back at the longest break.
It'll be easy with.
Yeah,
two
yeah,
others.
and then it's also.
Let me go.
Once you're going back.
I'm going to urinate one more time.
How long's the break?
Oh, like 6 minutes. We got some time.
He wants to stay here.
I know the wisdom of Rick running for Senate and his brother running for House at the same time.
Yeah.
That works sometimes. Rick is really a first-class guy. I don't know his brother outside of his. I mean, son.
Yeah.
I don't know his son outside of his son.
Yeah.
And I was
That's all I know about the guy is that he's Rick Haven and stuff.
He was a youth pastor in church for a while. Had a little bit of that background. So I think his construction firm is pretty big. He does all the Circle K remodels around the state. And like he pretty much just goes in. Every time you go to Circle K now, they have like the automatic scans.
Yep.
You scan your own stuff. You put all those in. Anytime they like put in something new, they all kind of upgrade all the time. It's always doing that.
Cool.
So it sounds like he has kind of this business set up.
Yeah,
So
be able to do what
he's
he's
running for legislature. I tell my good friends, like, why do you want to do this?
Yeah.
You know, young people to live good. I got a buddy who's running their life there. He's my client. His parents just sold private healthcare. I'm working with his dad forever.
Yeah, I think Mike, I get it, bro. I used to like it when Garth Brooks would only charge no more than $50 a
Say
ticket.
hi to your fans over here.
This is my man Ben.
Hey, everybody.
Ben is always been a big part of my life now since like 2014.
That long?
I know. It's crazy. We're getting old. I'm standing up on this one. Man, oh man. I can't believe we got through it.
Yeah.
Oh. They don't want to fire me yet? You got to pay me to fire me. I love it. You shaking your head. What you got?
Yeah.
Who is that?
Yep.
Bill Davis?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Some guy murdered his girlfriend.
Oh, yeah,
With
listen
that
to this.
6-month-old. And then there was like
Yeah.
police standoff.
Yeah.
I
Terrible.
get it, people do it for public service, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you know, they only pay $14,000 a year.
Yeah.
Thanks again for getting on, y'all.
It's not sustainable if you don't have money.
Yeah.
Or if you don't.
Officers shot back. Officers won.
I think he's looking more.
That's such a funny way to say
I love it.
Yeah. So like it breaks my heart that he probably won't be with me forever. But,
Yeah. He should be able to still help you.
Oh yeah, yeah. But he's like it's like family. Like that's.
What does he do for you?
I've never seen
my
this.
director of operations.
I didn't realize y'all had the times and all that.
He manages like all the logistics.
Yeah, he can do that stuff from his desk at the Capitol.
Yeah, it wouldn't be very difficult.
Even actually Baton Rouge people are different. You live in Baton Rouge, the capital right there.
Yeah.
If you live out of state, if you live in Shreveport, you just don't have the time driving down and driving home. You can't make it because you're, you know, you're just going to have Capital's in Shreveport. You have a lot of time for him to look into logistics.
Sure.
Driving to Shreveport Monday through Thursday.
Yeah. So he's using. I feel like he's using this as a jump off.
Yeah.
Or being
But in there,
closer.
definitely can you please introduce us? I'd love to have
You got going on tonight?
Absolutely.
And then I was told I have to do something. I can't remember what it was. She mentioned something.
Yeah.
Sorry, honey, I don't remember what it was. I don't think she's on anymore, but I'm probably on.
Yeah.
What y'all doing?
Lauren's flying in from Baltimore, so.
She got a car? You gotta pick her up.
Funny story, I'll tell you about it later, but she's in Elaine's Jeep at the airport. She'll be able to pick her up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
She,
the
blew a
car.
tire.
Oh,
Ran over something on Highland Road.
You gotta take care of it?
Yeah, got it back today.
Good deal.
So it's hard to ask people for money.
Woo.
Yeah.
Crazy day. It still doesn't feel like Friday for me. It feels like Thursday.
I like the season to feel before I
Yeah. So we're doing the dinner in December, just trying to get him. He had set a goal.
Yeah, I would say so.
So trying to get him at least to that goal.
Is it 1,500 to go, or is it the response?
1,500. Yeah.
That's
So,
not
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So we're
local people, business now, business leaders.
Yeah.
I like my shirt.
It's like somebody's guys that I think that are like-minded.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. All right, well, I'm not saying no yet. Let me think about it.
I'd like to meet him. Either way.
LSU and Georgia square off in the SEC Championship game Saturday afternoon at quarterback Chase Daniels from Texas A&M.
I met Tom Benson.
Yeah, whatever happened to his knee? I didn't watch the end.
Who's that?
Through,
His knee ended up okay?
He ended up by the end of the game. Apparently, the biggest problem, his knee just had a slight bruise. He just knocked it on somebody else's leg. His ankle was actually the biggest problem, but it was a low ankle sprain, so he's going to be back for this week. They had him in a boot for the first few days, but he's out of that. Getting back to it, we'll see though. I'm a huge LSU fan. I'm not optimistic. But honestly, I might be more optimistic than if we had beaten Texas A&M for some reason. I feel like we'll come out strong just because we were so bad last week. I'm excited though.
After we beat Ole Miss, I put $25 for them to win the SEC championship.
Wait, you? Okay, wow.
What were the odds then?
Yeah, they must
Plus
have been.
3,500.
Okay, I was gonna say they must have been really good then.
Yeah.
Because even now I'm like, we're a good team. You know, we're not a great team, but we're a good team. At that point, I was still like, damn, we suck.
Yeah. Well, when they beat them, when they beat Ole
After
Miss,
that,
I
it
was
was
banking
like,
on a
okay, yeah.
Bama win, obviously.
And it's like, yeah, once
And
you
then
get
when that
that win, it's
happened-
like, yeah. That's a good bet,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
You got a shot. You
Yeah,
got a shot.
I mean, yeah. He says, how about them Gamecocks beating UT and Clemson?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, that made us happy, Mike.
Yeah.
And Tennessee.
Well, we can't say that because we got a guy on our group that's a Tennessee fan, so I don't want to. Talk 107.3.
Welcome back to the Jay Ducote Show. Here's the guy who should have won the National Star.
You know, I feel like I can relate to this.
Should have won.
Because I feel like maybe I should have won Nashville Star. Because that was a little earlier than before. I think Jay was still a teenager then. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe so. But that'll be your intro whenever you have your own radio show.
That's right. Give me a call. I'm ready to make some intros. Y'all, you're hearing my voice out there. I am David St. Romain filling in for Jay Ducote today on Talk 107.3 on the Jay Ducote Show. I have a great friend of mine with me to help finish out the show for these last two segments. We've been working together for about 7 years now, maybe 8 years, introduced through a mutual friend. Glad to introduce y'all to him. The owner of Torapath Technologies. You also own Code Ninjas, and just an incredible community advocate too. Been raising money for this community through his own efforts for a long time since I've known you, and has an awesome story himself. Y'all, my proud pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Ben Marcel.
Thank you. I feel like there should be some applause
Yay!
for that kind of introduction. No, thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here. This apple pie beer.
Yeah.
It
Very
is
good,
the
huh?
apple pie goo.
Yeah, it's the goo of apple pie. Oh man, this has just gotten. I can't even say that word without feeling disgusting.
Goo.
It's not a pleasant word.
It's not a well.
It's just not.
Actually, it might. Never mind.
Well,
So I get nothing but laughter all of a sudden. They're like, nobody wants to say a word.
Grant just shakes his head and
You're right.
turns his head.
Yeah.
No, I've actually been enjoying watching Grant like steer the ship over here. This kind of stuff really excites me, and I almost need a Grant by my side every day
At work.
At work.
I'm telling you.
2 minutes left in this meeting.
I'm
Yeah,
telling
exactly.
you. Yeah, it is helpful, big time. So tell the listeners, since I know so much, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm an entrepreneur. That's basically how I define myself. I love technology, so a lot of it surrounds technology, whether it's website development or computers and servers and networks and all that kind of stuff that these people in their car don't really care about at the moment.
Yeah,
but
they care about their cell phones.
Yeah,
they care about
cell
the
phone-
apps
yeah,
that they
yeah,
use.
Yeah, so all that technology stuff that I grew up with, I have a passion for, and I really just want to make an impact in people's lives through improving their technology use. That's basically what it boils down to.
And you started in the technology world. You actually started with cellular.
I did.
Yeah.
I sold cell phones in Town Center for 4 years or so.
Yeah.
And that's where I really met a lot of great business people.
Yeah.
And then I got the idea to start my own consulting firm and really took off from there. These people said, hey, I'd love for you to come to my office. And I
Right.
couldn't because I was stuck at the store.
Right.
So I was then able to go to their office and consult and help them once I started my business.
Right. And the name of when I first met you, the name of your business was even tied to cellular, and it had, and so there was a transition where and I'm not going to give that name so we don't confuse anybody, but
Sure.
you transitioned even the name to Torapath Technologies. Tell us about the name. Tell us why you picked Torapath.
We had to change the name, and I'll say the name on the air. It was Wireless IQ. And
Yeah,
there
I'll let
was a
you do
lot
it,
of
not me.
yeah. There was a lot of confusion because people would call us and say, hey, do you sell this kind of phone, or do you fix
Right.
this kind of phone? So it really didn't really connect with what we were providing to our clients. So we said we needed to change our name and rebrand, and that was a fun year-long process.
Yeah.
Where 6 months.
Fun's
of it-
not the normal word in these moments.
Well,
Challenging might be.
challenging, but no, still fun because we knew the end game was that
Yeah.
we would have this new brand that would be able to promote ourselves under.
Yeah.
And we didn't want anything too techy or too trendy. We didn't want to have nerd or wizard in the name. Or
Right,
anything
right,
like that.
geek,
Yeah,
right.
exactly. So we came up with Torapath,
Yeah.
and Tora is the Japanese word for tiger.
Nice.
So, the LSU Tigers, there's a
Yeah.
lot of businesses with tiger in the name. So we kind of did a play on that. So
Love
it
it.
translates into tiger.
Well, that makes sense here in Baton Rouge for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
And I know your partner real well,
Yeah.
Amy Dijon.
She might be listening.
Yeah, love you, Amy,
Yeah.
and we appreciate. So we started our work together, really working on my career. I remember sitting down with you, talking to your team over off of Bluebonnet, and about how I wanted to start transitioning. I knew not with my well, that
yeah.
just sounded wrong. I wanted to start transitioning my career from music being the few people that did know me the way they knew me. I wanted to do more community effort, and that was something that really spoke to you because of your upbringing and you come from a really unique background and your story. I want to tap a little bit on that. Tell us a little bit about where you come from.
Sure. I was adopted at just a few weeks old from Taiwan.
Yes.
And
That's
grew up-
awesome.
And grew up in Houma, Louisiana.
Oh, the big metropolis.
Yeah. So I had a great opportunity there in Houma, not being in Taiwan and being able to be raised by this American family that couldn't have children of their own.
Wow.
So I was given this great opportunity, and I really look back on the opportunities that they gave me. And I went to high school there. I ended up going to the Louisiana School for Math Science
In
and Arts
Natchitoches?
in Natchitoches
Woo,
to
man.
further my education. And
One of our best here in Louisiana,
yeah,
by the way.
it is.
Yeah,
It
I
is.
think
I'm
I'm
very
gonna
involved
appreciate
there. So I've always said when opportunity
I'll
knocks,
give it a look. I
open the
appreciate
door.
it.
Yeah.
Right. And then the other cool part about my family is that they went and adopted a little girl 4 years after they adopted me. My only other time back in Taiwan,
Wow.
which is a goal of mine to get back over there. Right. I want to go
Yeah.
visit my home country. They got a call from the adoption agency,
Mhm.
and they said, "Hey, we have this little girl. up for adoption.
I've heard
And they
about
said
that
she has
too,
some medical
actually.
issues. Some
I
pretty
think maybe
severe
if I
medical
take
issues. She
one,
may
I think
need
I'd take
lifelong
it.
care.
Yeah.
Sure.
And they disclosed everything, and they said, my parents said, we'll be on the next flight out.
Wow.
That was their
Not even a thought.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Not even a hesitation.
So, and as a child, I didn't understand that as much, but having my own children now,
Yeah.
I definitely understand it. So,
Yeah, I mean, so the modeling the sacrifice, no matter what it was going to be, it was more important to just be good parents to the child that was there,
exactly.
and it didn't matter what she dealt with, and you've as you've continued to grow your businesses. What time is it? Are we almost out yet? Yeah, we are. So we're going to talk about it when we come back.
Sure.
About the developments, not just from business, but how you personally have developed from being a leader of a small business here in Baton Rouge, but also a model for others like yourself, because you've done some great things, and I want to share about that with everybody listening. Y'all, once again, David St. Romain filling in for my man Jay Ducote on the Jay Ducote Show on Talk 107.3 FM. We'll be right back.
Oh, it sent me to the wrong Adobe. I have two windows open in Adobe.
That's okay.
That's all me.
There it is.
I don't know if they could hear me talking, but
There we go. Jesus. Had a nightmare with.
seriously, it's
Adobe
all good.
just there.
I'm just glad I'm not running the board,
No, yeah.
because then they can't get mad at me.
No, it's fine. It's just.
I'm
that's-
teasing with
that's
you.
Very weird. Yeah. So we updated our Adobe software,
Mm-hmm.
and the simple version basically is we have one window of it open from before it got updated a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And so they're just keeping that window open to upload the stuff into our wide orbit system that all goes into here. And then the other one that I'm using right now is for anything else, and I accidentally opened up the second one.
Are
So
you
I
good?
just had nothing to play. No, that's my bad, I guess. Shouldn't have been too bad though, I was like 10 seconds.
Silence.
I don't think it was 10 seconds.
It's like 3.
Maybe like
3 feels like 10.
maybe like
No, I'm saying it might have been like 8. I don't know that it was
Yeah,
like
no.
10.
What? Yeah, I also got the second one, the wrong one going for a sec, but whatever. There we go.
That's funny.
These brownies are good. They're just so big.
Yeah.
I had half of one and I feel like I'm full already.
In a typical home fire, you may only have 1 to 2 minutes to escape. So look for places that fires can start. Listen for a
This is great, man.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
So when we get back, we're gonna probably about, actually right about 10. Could be right about 10 when we get back.
10 till? Or 10 minutes?
10 minutes to go
Okay.
until like the 57 mark, which is when we go out.
Gotcha.
So we should get back around 46, 47.
Yeah.
So we'll have 10.
Yeah,
Yeah,
10,
we'll do
10
10
11
minutes.
to
So we'll
talk,
do-
and then we'll be out. And I'll be in y'all's ears for 2 minutes, 1 minute, 30.
I'm going to go straight into, into the, marathon stuff and the CAC and
Yeah.
how you constantly raising money throughout the year for different stuff.
All right. Sounds good.
And then we'll be able to move over to the You Aren't Alone project thing
Cool.
pretty easily, I think.
Yeah.
Man, oh man, it's been fun, dude.
Home stretch.
I hope it's been good for you.
Oh yeah, I always like. I think you've done great. I think it's actually kind of funny because compared to some of the other guest hosts we've had, it's felt like running a normal show, whereas like some of the previous ones have been good, but I've had to like kind of keep them on a leash and make sure they knew what's up. You knew how to do this in the first second. You've been a natural. Very good.
It's been fun, dude. This has been great.
It's a good time. It's
Yeah.
really fun to do.
Be the permanent fill-in.
Yeah, well, they know they can call. As long as I don't bore the audience, that's the main thing. But we probably had a lot of listeners that weren't normal listeners come on because
Yeah.
we had a big group texting back and forth. Who is chilly? Lars Larson. We back? Coming back.
Welcome back to the Jay Ducote Show. Here's the founding father of Government Taco.
Hey, that is actually an accurate statement.
Yeah.
I mean,
that one's undeniably true.
right. I mean, we can't take that one away from Jay. Y'all, my name is David St. Romain. Glad to be here with you for our last segment. I can't believe I've made it through 2 hours. I didn't cuss. I didn't say anything too
No
dirty.
FCC fines.
No
Let's
FCC
not
fines.
jump the gun yet.
Yes! Anything can happen in 10 minutes. That's what she said. No,
Well, speaking of,
Wow, we're treading a little. We gotta over this
let's step all over the line.
yeah, right off the bat.
So DSR, right? Y'all were talking about the acronym earlier. I wrote one down earlier, and you can tell this one to Anna.
Okay.
Daring, seductive, romantic.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
Come on, baby. Let's bring it on.
Tell Anna that's what it means.
That's right. Yes. Well, she's gonna make that not happen very quickly. Now, she'll as long as I do my chores, maybe I'll get a little bit of snuggling. But y'all, glad to be here with you on this last segment on this Friday. It's a great Friday right before the holidays, and one of the things we love about the holidays, I do personally, is that it is a time where we kind of give back. We start to realize that there's a lot of folks that don't have what we have in life. And so that's what I love about Ben, our guest right now, y'all. Is Ben and I have always connected on the fact that he is a service-oriented individual and cares a lot about our community. We met Ben when back in 2014, I believe, and right off the bat when I went to work a few years later. Well, right off the bat, I knew you were doing nonprofit fundraising with other nonprofits, but I went to work for my first nonprofit and the Children's Advocacy Center, Baton Rouge Children's Advocacy Center here, and we immediately started working together, bringing TourPath in to help revamp. Or you guys actually were already working with CAC before I came on.
Early stages.
And I actually joined in as sort of just a liaison to help navigate some of that. And keep it moving, and it was awesome because that was kind of my first opportunity to just see y'all do your work in really in depth. It was great.
We did some cool stuff for your album. That's how we first met.
Oh yeah, man!
Glory.
Gosh,
You
it's
can
been
find
so
it on-
long. I
You can find it on
forget.
Apple Music and all the other streaming platforms.
Yeah, we're not talking about me. Let's not do
Well,
that.
I just wanted to point out the fact that we designed.
Y'all designed the album cover,
cover.
and you donated it to me. It was a huge thing. And that's what I'm talking about. And the first thing you do right off the bat, you built me a website for free, which was a huge gift. That's not going to happen again for everybody out there.
We don't do that
They don't do
anymore.
that anymore. I was their test bunny. But they designed my album cover. And I think it was because we knew we were going to do great things together. Tell them about some of the nonprofit work you do here in town.
Sure. Yeah, so I think, and going back to our discussion on the last segment about being adopted and getting this opportunity as an adult and having my business and being in a pretty successful place, I feel that it is my responsibility to give back.
Yeah.
And that's really the driving factor behind it. Right?
Yeah.
So you talk about Christmas and everything, 'tis the season of giving.
Right.
And I think that's really a big focus of what we should be thinking about right now.
Yeah.
There's the presents that are on their tree and everything, but really, what are the nonprofits and their missions
Right.
that they're trying to accomplish that we can help with?
That's right.
So when we were talking about the CAC website and all that, I remember I was in a meeting with them and we were talking about Facebook fundraisers.
Yeah.
And this was back in 2018, and I was training for my first half marathon race, the Our Lady of the Lake amazing half marathon. And I had really just started distance running. I was kind of worried to be able to run 13.1 miles. That's a long distance. But I had trained, and I told them I was going to do a fundraiser for them, and that I was going to set a goal of $300 to try to raise.
Well, that's reasonable.
Based on
for sure.
my training and my network, and I posted it on Facebook, and we hit that in one day, less than 24 hours. So I doubled the goal to 600, and we raised a little over $600 for that one, and that's become a tradition.
Yeah.
I've done this every year. I did it for Options Foundation the following year, raised about $1,500, $1,600. The next year was my favorite, the Arc of Ascension,
Yeah.
where my little sister received some services.
Well, that's incredible. That has just a personal touch,
Exactly.
a personal impact on your family.
Yeah, and that was my first full marathon that I ran.
Wow.
And
So you thought, 13 point whatever.
let's double that.
Let's double that.
I-
Yeah, that tells you what kind of person
we could
Ben is
run back
right
to our
off the bat.
neighborhood in Prairieville, and I don't think it's 26
miles.
miles.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm
Okay.
not running anywhere.
Okay.
I'm running to the bathroom. That's the only thing I'm running to. No, but it's so you guys, y'all kind of kept the momentum of fundraising and
Just
with
doing
the-
this every year, trying
Yeah.
to find a good nonprofit. And I do a lot of other things too. I think my top philanthropic effort is the Louisiana school where I went
Yeah.
to school for high school, their foundation. I serve on the board,
That's
and
awesome.
that's really key for raising money so that kids can further their education. And
Let me talk about the school for a second.
Sure.
I know it's a little off subject, but we
Yeah.
have a couple extra minutes. So Louisiana school, people don't realize that school has really that school has created or they've graduated some incredibly successful people.
Yeah.
Tell us about that one. I know there's one that
Sure,
you
sure.
guys know. If you may be familiar with one of the online platforms that I'm on live right now,
Yeah.
Twitch
Yeah.
is a gaming platform.
yeah.
Tell
One of my classmates from the class of 2000 of Louisiana school was a co-founder of Twitch.
I mean, that's incredible.
Really?
Really?
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Like,
See, Grant's excited.
that's what I'm
We got
saying.
Grant.
Like
He
any
woke
young
up.
person
I
who's
stream on Twitch, so I
Yeah.
just thought that's so cool. Like not to like a
Yeah.
crazy amount of viewers, but like consistent.
doesn't matter.
That's super interesting.
Twitch.
Yeah.
Twitch is the next is the now generation and of UStream of what
Right.
we had UStream early on.
Yeah.
And so when I'm live on it right now. And so the fact that, we are developing technology leaders in this state through the school, through Louisiana School in Natchitoches. And I think it's very important that people hear that. So if you have a student out there or a kid who's 15, 16 years old, right? They could start a junior and seniors?
Sophomores.
Sophomores
So
now.
it was junior and senior when I went there. They now accept sophomores, and they just opened this awesome dormitory, $30 million building that was
Wow.
completely state funded. It rivals any dorm that I've ever. I lived in Kirby Smith.
Yeah,
They just put it
yeah.
that way. And the dorm
I think
that
they have
lived in-
rats the size of my
Yeah, exactly.
my leg.
Yeah, exactly. And the dorm I lived in at LSMSA, I would say was similar to Kirby Smith, not as tall.
That's
but
funny.
similar.
That's funny. Well, but anyways, it's school. It's your experience of being adopted, being raised by people who are 100% service driven.
Yeah.
Going to a school like that, who have, a school like Louisiana School that is of its finest caliber, bringing, you have to get in there. They have to accept you to get in. And
But it
it's
is a public school.
But it is a
Yeah.
public. Well, yeah, but I love the fact that we have that here in Louisiana. It's something that
It's
we
kind
can.
of a hidden gem.
It is, and something we should broadcast more. I think we
should.
should support that in the public more.
And especially the arts too. The
Yeah.
theater production, the dance.
Don't
the
get me
music.
started on them arts now.
The music classes there are top notch.
That's awesome. Well, we have a great division of the arts here in the state, and I know that Susanna, I want to thank them at Division of the Arts for doing what they do for us and for the arts in general. All the arts alliances, the arts councils around the state, those are what keep our arts moving here in Louisiana. So I do want to say that little shout out to my folks. So let's we only have a couple more minutes, so I want to talk about one of the nonprofit that we're going to focus on right now for Christmas time.
Yes.
Tell us about that nonprofit.
Yep. So each year, as I said, I select a nonprofit
Yep.
for my marathon or half marathon that comes up in January. And this week on Tuesday, which was Giving Tuesday,
Mhm.
I reached out to one that is starting to really mean a lot to me. We
Mhm.
talked a lot of times today about mental wellness.
Yeah.
I overheard a lot of the discussions, and I gave a talk at Frank's in Prairieville.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going to only have like 5 or 10 people show up.
Oh, I was there.
Yeah, I shared my mental wellness journey as a business professional, as an entrepreneur, and the struggle.
More like 30 people, by the way.
It was closer to 50.
Oh my
50
gosh!
People showed up to hear me talk about this, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm kind of onto something, I guess.
Remember we talked about the signs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a sign.
Exactly. So one of the attendees at that presentation, I reached out to on Giving Tuesday. She has a nonprofit called the You Aren't Alone Project.
Yeah.
And they are really trying to make mental wellness a priority in people's lives.
Yeah.
And the resources that people need and having access to it. To show you how important this is, they recently just launched 988. It's a number that you can dial on your phone that if you're in a crisis, a mental wellness crisis,
You need a counselor.
you can call that number just like you would dial 911 if somebody's seriously injured.
Yeah. It's a mental emergency.
Yeah. So to launch something like that shows that there's
And that's free, right?
it is free.
So if you're out there, you're not feeling great, 988. I mean, it's as simple as that. You can
Yeah.
talk anonymously
Yeah.
to a counselor and be supported by, with mental health, someone to help you with your moment
Yeah.
of crisis.
Exactly.
Man, that is awesome. So you can hear about You Aren't Alone Project. You can find them on youaren'talone.com. Do they have something going on in January? Did I hear that? Or-
Well, my race in January is I'm going to promote them.
That's awesome.
And so we're going to talk about their nonprofit and their mission.
Yeah.
And Chelsea's a pretty awesome person. She has a good podcast, and we'll be sharing a lot of that information. I'll probably share it to my Instagram because that's where I post all my running stuff.
Yeah.
It's Ben L. Marcel on Instagram.
Awesome. Check him out, y'all, on Instagram, Ben
1
L.
minute.
Marcel. And so we got about 1 minute left. I do want to say a few thank yous before we get out. All our guests today were just awesome. What an incredible opportunity this has been. Thank you to Jay. Thank you to Chuck. Thank you to all the folks here. Grant for being here with us in studio. Thank you to Haspel's Fine Men's Clothing for giving me this just incredible shirt. It's awesome. And,
30.
I am really honored to be here, y'all. It's been an awesome time to spend this last 2 hours with you, sharing with you about what I'm doing. If you want to know more about me, you can keep up with me on my texting platform, 225-396-4166. Text me right now, 225-3966. You can find me on Tip DSR. Thank you again to Jay and everybody here at Guarantee Broadcasting. David St. Romain here for the Jay Ducote Show, 107.3 FM.
Amazing. Literally perfect. Great show. Great show.
Bye,
You
everybody.
did great.
All right.
Awesome job, guys.
Love y'all so much. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Thanks, guys. I don't know what to say. I'm going to get on live again and do a live show for y'all and perform soon. I promise. Love y'all. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. I'm going to leave this on for a minute while I pack up so we can chat. Man, that was awesome.
Yeah, you did great. You did great.
Thank you,
You
brother.
picked it up much faster than some of the other guest hosts. Not to say they were.
No,
to
brother,
say
I
they
get
did
it.
a bad job, but like the speed at which you got used to it was very good.
This was fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's a good time. It always is.
What you got? You brought one?
Well, no, I rinsed it out. I'm setting it back.
Oh, yeah.
No, I've done Go Rouge twice with Franz, and I think they record that one to air on Saturdays,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
So it's a little different than doing, like-
And sometimes they record it earlier in the week too.
Yeah.
So I've only actually ever recorded like 2 of them
Uh-huh.
after this.
Love y'all.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's what I end up doing, but it's